Brando. All right, there you go, Brando. I just sent it so you can put it wherever you want to put it now.
Perfect.
All right,
Perfect.
we're on.
This is the Comfortably Poor Podcast, an uncensored, wide open, anything and everything goes podcast. You won't find anything like it. And why is that? Because the Comfortably Poor Podcast keeps it 100. Let's go.
What's up, fellas?
All right. You know what it is, man. Just make sure
back.
we're on. I want to make sure we're on. And if you are watching us, make sure you are hanging out with us in the chat. YouTube. What up, family?
What's cracking?
It's been a week. A week has been gone by. How's the week been for everybody?
It's been cool over here.
Yeah.
The weather's been getting nicer, so fall's coming, so I'm so happy. I'm outside more. I'm sitting outside.
I can't complain. The weather's actually getting a lot nicer
the-
because spring is coming. Well, spring is actually here. And
Yeah, so
summer's
for those that
coming.
don't know, Brando's currently down under in Australia, so everything's ass backwards down there. But
Very much so. Very much so.
so he left the hot weather and went to the hot weather. Like, he's not gonna get a break.
Yeah.
He's
I don't
not
want
getting a
one.
break at all.
But I will be honest, and I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but like, it pretty much means for a person like me who's got seasonal allergies, I've had my allergy attack twice this year. It's not cool. I hate it.
That's
But
rough.
I will have another summer, so I can't complain.
Yeah. So Dan, though, you're not for the hot weather. You are more cool and cold.
So I was like the hot weather kid. I loved the hot weather when I was a kid. And
Yeah.
I was always excited for summer. But I think it was more so because obviously we talked about hating school. And I think it was that, and also that I was going to be able to swim, right? Like I love pools. I just love a fucking good pool I could just dunk myself into, man. It's fire. So it was like a big thing for me, but now that I'm older and we don't get access to pools when we're older, as you've noticed,
For sure.
you know, I now hate it. I hate it. I hate, I hate fucking sweating. I hate it all.
So let's talk about that for a second. I'm curious. Let's say the three of us were in the same city. And we're like, it's summer. It's peak summertime. End of July, beginning of August. It's 95 degrees outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
we're like, bro, we're all our age now. We're like, hey, what do y'all want to do? Hey, let's go down to the city pool. Is it weird for us as adult men to go to the city pool by ourselves with no children?
Not at all.
I don't think so.
Not at all.
I feel like the city
But I
pool
can
is
see
like
how
a
it can be
kid's
weird.
thing.
I was just about to say what Dan said.
I can see how it can
you
be
might think
weird.
that. Yeah.
And I could see
Yeah.
how somebody might think that because, I mean, I would overthink it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was with my kid and I'd be like, oh shit, this is kind of weird. But in the same sense, man, like, it's like, who the fuck? Like, I'm an adult. I should be able to pay for the ability to swim by myself.
And go enjoy
in a
yourself,
city
right?
fucking
Cool
pool,
off, have a
right?
good time.
Like do whatever
Yeah.
you want, right?
Yeah, I just feel like it would be weird. Like we would get looked at like what are these three men? Because let's be real, when you go to the city pool, more often than not, it's parents with their kids. It's teenagers going to enjoy the pool. You don't see a couple buddies going to the pool and hanging out. Like, I guess people assume people our age are gonna get a group of friends together and drive up to the river, drive out to the lake, whatever you got near you, and hang out at the lake, hang out at the river. But if I had a city pool nearby, man, why not, right? I'm just gonna cannonball, bitches, look out, here I come.
Honestly, I mean, I definitely would probably go to a city pool, but I can see a person might come to that conclusion. Here's the thing though, like I would much prefer if we could avoid the city pool Like maybe we had a friend that just lets us kick it at his house. He's got a pool and we just swim there or something. Or I don't know, dude. Like, cause I would feel a lot more comfortable in a private one. But dude, fuck it, dude.
For
It's
sure.
a city pool, bro. I'm part of the city. I mean, at the end of the day, have legs, will kick, nigga.
Yeah, but no, I'm all about the hot weather these days. Not like hot, but warm. Like that's me and my lady are looking into moving her. She's from California. We're looking to move back there. It's, I love Portland. I love Oregon. I love the Northwest. We've talked about this before. It's just it's home. But man,
How does it get when it's cold up there?
I mean, it gets cold. It definitely gets cold. We generally
Is
get
it like
some
Washington?
snow.
Some
Yeah,
snow?
Like Washington cold?
but see. So here's the thing about Washington, because I lived up in Washington for about 4 years, and there's kind of the northwest corner of Washington. It's
Yeah.
kind of an area what they call the banana belt, and it has to do with all the water that's near it. So I could be completely wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure I've done some research about this and talked to some other people that the water
I don't know shit.
and something to
so
do
don't
with that clouds and the atmosphere, that it doesn't actually stay as cold. It rains a lot, but it keeps it from getting super cold. That's why when like Seattle
Yeah.
gets snow, it's this crazy big deal because Seattle never gets snow, and it has to do with something with there's so much water. Seattle is basically a bunch of
Collected
little
up,
islands.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I get
it's
that.
kind of weird. Like it doesn't get super cold in Seattle. Now here in Portland, it definitely we have our times in the winter where it's in the teens. It's in the low 20s, and it gets cold. It's crisp. You definitely need to bundle up if you're gonna go outside.
Yeah, that's
But
deep.
I'm I'm just ready. I'm getting old. Fuck it, man. I'm getting old. Like my bones hurt.
So you want the hotter weather for
warm.
real? You really want the hotter weather? Listen,
Yeah, I want a pool that I can just man. If I had a pool, I'm in the pool from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Give me a
that's my
six-pack of
point. See
beer.
that's my whole thing. Without a pool, summer is miserable.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
And two, where
I
we're considering
like
going, it's like desert. So
heat. Like I am dark. I'm a darker sort of guy, and I don't know. I think that kind of plays into it. I love extreme heat. Any type of warm, I'll take, but it never can really be too warm for a person like me. 107 degrees, fuck it, I'm coming, Phoenix. Like like heat is great. It's not something that like I shy away from. What I do hate is any kind of cold. I grew up in Chicago, and I have been running from the cold for a long time, 15 years now. I've been doing anything to stay away from cold weather. North Carolina, Dominican Republic, Brazil. Like I do not like cold. So like
humble
pools
brags.
pools are nice. Pools are nice, but I mean it's only gonna go so far. I don't know.
No,
Like
I need a pool.
I don't need a pool.
I need water to
one.
be in.
Yeah,
You're a Pisces.
you say
bro,
you
so I
need
get
water
it.
to pee in?
I'm a fish.
You need water.
Well,
Yeah, he's a fish, bro. Like he does. This is what he does. Like you can't blame him. He likes water. Dude.
If you gotta go,
It's
you
true
gotta
though.
go.
I mean, I'm the same way these days. And
If you gotta go,
for me, it's just man, like I just want.
That's why they
I
put
just wanna
pounds of
chill.
fucking chlorine in that shit. You can
Nah,
piss
it's all
in
about the
fucking
saltwater
pool.
pools, man. It's all about the saltwater pools. You don't really
They
need
know,
that
they know
shit
Seth
with
and
saltwater.
they know Seth and Charlie is gonna take a.
Yeah, word.
They already know.
Yeah. Nah, but it's been a good week since our last live. So don't forget, if anybody's out there listening, you want to join us in on the conversation or join in on the conversation 442-244-9900. When we're not live, you can always call that number and leave a voicemail with your comments, questions, say what's up, whatever you want to do, share hilarious stories. You can also text 442-244-9900 and we'll get your text. I will let you know that when you text us, it will send you a text back the next time we go live. So it will kind of like capture your phone number and shoot you out a text message. So, just a heads up that you got to be okay with receiving text messages back.
Yeah, and you can
and
turn
then
it off
it'll
if
let
you
you
don't want those notifications. So
True.
you're not
Yeah.
locked into getting the notifications in text if you don't want. Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't want people to think that we aren't.
They're trying to spam my phone.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah,
Shay in the YouTube
442-244-9900. Join us, hang out, ask questions.
Shay in the YouTube
Please,
chat says
do so.
this
Do
week has
so.
been pretty all right. Just celebrated my birthday, which was yesterday. So happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy
had a good
birthday.
time.
Hey, so I want to talk about this
It's a
because I seen
21.
a post from you guys.
It's a 21-year-old.
Do you wanna bring it up?
It's a 21st birthday, so that's a big milestone. But what
Oh shit.
bring what up exactly?
So I saw the thing about the birthday cake.
Oh no, we're not gonna bring that up.
I mean, you don't have to bring up the people, but let's just talk about that in general. So, curiosity, was this a roommate?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about, I think we've all been in positions. I'm not going to call anybody out. But
And it's over, and it
the
was
situation
over, it was apologized
of
for and
having
everything
roommates.
like that, so I just want to
dealing
make that
with-
really clear. It was apologized for, and everything is perfectly okay now. So it's perfectly good. But for the sake of the conversation, let's definitely do it for sure.
Yeah. No, and again, I'm not trying to call nobody out, but roommates can be a sticky situation. I think the
Hell
biggest
yeah.
situation is like the groceries, right? Like groceries and whose is what's what, whose is this, whose is that in the in the fridge, in the pantry, in the whatever. Like, and have you guys experienced any situations?
I don't really feel like it should be made that difficult, and I think that's the thing. Overthought is a problem. Buy what you can buy together, if you are doing a legitimate long-term roommate situation, obviously if you're rooming somewhere, okay, hey, fuck it, just you got to get your own shit. Everybody gets their own shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna only be there 5-6 months, whatever. But if you're doing a long-term situation, there makes no sense in when you can collectively buy if you're going to eat the same stuff or whatever the case may be. And I don't think it should be overthought. I really don't. I don't think it's as difficult as people make it. And that's why I try to be the most fucking lenient fucking person about shit. Hey, you fuck with eggs? Fuck it, we're going to get some eggs. You like milk? All right, I don't really fuck with milk, but milk needs to be used for certain recipes, so let's definitely get that. Creamer, coffee, go. Boom. It's all agreed on, right? We don't have to worry about anything.
Agree. Yeah, I think that's the key thing. Like, if you have roommates and you're going to do the grocery shopping, just do it together. Everybody pitch in. Like, here's this. Are we gonna get a dozen eggs? Well, there's 4 of us. Let's get an 18 pack instead and pitch in a couple bucks a piece, and just share the eggs. Like, there's no need to have 3 packages of eggs in the fridge because one's mine, one's yours, one's yours.
Exactly.
Like, it's just silly to have that. Yeah, I agree.
And
there's also been
nowadays in the refrigerators,
where some of my shit gets eaten.
In the refrigerators, there's no room. So now I have to try to cram fucking meat. Let's say I buy steaks or something. Now I got to try cramming meat within all this other shit inside the freezer, and there's no space. It won't close. Just because you want to be an asshole and fucking separate shit. Nothing has to be separated.
Yeah, I think
again, if you are doing like I said, a 6 months thing where you're just renting out a room or whatever, that makes sense. You're moving into a house full of people that already live there.
Is there a limit for you guys if you guys are doing the roommate thing? Like, I'm not gonna roommate with more than, let's say, 3 people, 4 people, like, or is it just whatever keeps it as cheap as possible?
Yeah, about that. My limit on roommates is 0 people. I do not do the roommate thing very well. The only roommates I room very well with are the ones that give me vagina. I'm not amenable to sharing rooms or room with other people at all, unless there is a very good cost.
I'll give you that
analysis. Yeah.
But at the same
Now
time,
I will say this though. Dan runs a tight ship. If I had to stay with a roommate, I wouldn't mind staying with. I do, however, differ in that I love keeping my shit separated. Now, but the way I keep my shit separated, you would never know it's in the house, right? Like I probably would have a different refrigerator maybe for some shit. Because I like to stock up on shit. I don't know. My mom taught me to have a lot of the same thing a lot of the time. Shit that you just wouldn't run out of. And
see,
so
I kept a mini
fridge
in my room for like
exactly
things.
Right.
Very
precisely.
Specific.
There you go. Exactly. A mini fridge or even a mini freezer for that matter. I'm not above a mini freezer. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But I have that, and it's not even me being selfish really so much as it's extra stuff there. And even if the household needed it, fuck, I'll break a few steaks out of this freezer. We can all eat, but. It's in here because it probably 9 times out of 10 will not fit in the kitchen with the rest of the household stuff. So yeah, I'm not opposed to separation. I'm not opposed to separation. But yeah, normally under normal circumstances, I'm not a roommate guy.
Yeah, I'm not a roommate guy for the most part either. I mean, I've done it just because financially it made more sense for me. Now, I'm going to more often than not do everything in my power to have my own place because that's just the way.
You know what it is. You know what your own space is.
Yeah. But I've been in that situation where financially it just makes more sense for me to bunk with somebody for a little bit until I get my shit straight.
I've ended up in situations like that. I always land in them by just by happenstance. I never really end up in roommate situations out of planning. If I plan it right, I'm never in a roommate situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it just all depends for everybody for the roommate situation.
Some people are real good at it, man. Some people are real good at it.
Anything pop off in the news?
There are people who live that lifestyle though, where they're totally okay with moving to, state to state or city to city, and they fucking they're totally okay with living that lifestyle of just moving around and doing the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I call it the California
It's kind of weird.
lifestyle. You see North
exactly.
Do this shit. Yeah.
California and New York, because of how expensive it is to
York.
fucking live in these places, man.
Yeah.
Well, New York City specifically, but definitely,
I get you.
And honestly, I had my own place. So I started out with roommates, and the first roommate situation, I love telling this story because it's one of the best things in the world. I was there. It was a friend that I had helped out in Jersey, who ended up being she's still a psycho, but I helped her out. I took her. I kind of rescued her from her mom's crib or whatever. Her mom was going fucking psycho one day. But either way, I move in with her as soon as I move to Colorado, and it's me, my girl at the time, so me and Sam, and then the girl and her boyfriend, right? Most of the stuff is her boyfriend's and hers. We move our stuff in there, whatever. Well, they break up at some point, so you know where this is going. This guy tries to find a new place. Okay? He can't find a new place after about 2 months.
Oh, jeez. And they've been broken up
Some
this
stuff
whole time?
falls through. So I get an email with a letter to move out by a certain date.
Jesus.
Well, he was still in the same house. He was in the crib. He sent the email in the crib.
Dog. No. No.
My life is a book. Do you understand that?
My God.
Some people's
So-
children, man, I swear.
Some people's
So-
children, right?
No, dude. And this is, I'm telling you, if we were talking in private, we were not on a live stream right now. I would say a lot of what I'm thinking, but well, I got that email, and I was just like, all right, I don't really know what the fuck to say, so I went on Twitter. I was like, it's things like these that make me want to utter a racial slur, but I won't.
The things that make you go,
I'm so not above uttering racial slurs in private or. I need to stop that, honestly, but it's really hard. Sometimes it's so well.
What happened?
No, I said that's the problem. I need to learn to stop uttering racial slurs in private and public. So really, I'll let one fly. No problem. I don't think about it.
So I guess word gets back to him that the tweet went out the next day. I was about to do a live remote. I was helping out my program director do a live remote for the radio station I was on at the time. So Sam and I were on the air. We're supposed to be on the air that day, and we did it. We ended up going to her parents' house. We talked it out with them, and they helped us pretty much get the fuck out of there. Sam and I got our own place, and that's how the story continues. So it's amazing to see what people will do to you, man. With no like support, like nothing. Like the girl stayed quiet. I've known this girl since I was 5 years old. She stayed quiet. Said nothing because she wanted to still be with him. So that's what I got.
I mean, I've been in a similar situation in that sense too. Like my ex-wife, when she gave me the boot, I came home from work and on a Friday, and her parents had drove up to Washington, and they were there to take me back to Portland because she didn't want me in the house anymore. I had nowhere to fucking go. I didn't make any arrangements. She's like, nope, they're leaving on Sunday. You're going with them. I was like, what? Like, this is our house. What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
And yeah, so she just.
What?
And I already knew she had already served me with divorce papers by that time, so I knew shit was going south. But like, I didn't know that it was going like that. So I was just like, "What the fuck what do you expect me to do? Like, I've got a job up here. Like, you're just sending me back to Portland." I was just like, no, fuck that. So to appease her, I fucking went to Portland. Once I got back to Portland, I jumped on an Amtrak, went right back to Washington the next day. While she was at work, I still had my house key. So I went into the house and waited till she showed up to work, and that wasn't the right move. That just caused more problems. But I said, fuck it, this is my house too.
But
What did you do? Were you there to get your stuff, or like what were you doing there? Like,
I was more there.
No,
to get
he
my
was
stuff,
lounging.
and yeah, I was. More
He was
there
trying to
get
show
stuff,
he had the dick and
you know.
balls. That's what happened. He was trying to show he had the dick and balls, bro.
But I was gonna go to work for the next 2 weeks. I was at least gonna quit my job the right way. I was gonna, I was there to
Right.
make things right with some other things too. I was like, so I was just like, nah, fuck that. I'm not just gonna go to Portland with nothing to do. I was like, I made more arrangements while I was, going to Portland with, family. Like, hey, can I crash here for a little bit? Stuff like that. Like, she gave me no option to do any of that stuff. So.
Wow, she just wanted to be a bitch on
Were you able to
purpose.
get all your stuff? Did you get all your shit? And like,
I got what I could, and then I basically, I had to wait like another year to get the rest of my shit because she ended up moving out too. She let the house foreclose, and then she was nice enough to at least pack up all my shit into the U-Haul when she was moving back to Portland, and she brought me all my shit, and I met her at a storage unit that I got, and they helped me load all my shit into a storage unit. So it became an okay thing towards the end, but after a while. But yeah, in the beginning when we first separated, it was quite the argument.
how old were
It was
you
quite
in
the
this happened?
bullshit. I was 30, so
30?
2012. Yeah, it was crazy. Bitches be crazy, I'm telling you. Gotta be careful with them crazy ones. Speaking of crazy bitches,
That's why I'm always scared of good pussy.
Go ahead.
Like when pussy's too good,
Yeah, I agree.
it scares me.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you hiding? That's
that
why
was
like you have to go with average pussy. Like you can't be like the crazy, like the good pussy. You just know you got to leave them at some point.
At some point, you're gonna have to.
At some
base-
point, you have to. Yes,
Yeah, like you're
release
gonna
them. They're like fish. Release them.
have to- Yeah.
Back into the water you go, sweetheart. Nip on another rod.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say my ex-wife was too crazy. She just was very. I mean, she was a Sagittarius. That should explain it all.
Oh,
She's just-
Jesus.
Oh, so that pussy was definitely
Whoa,
fire though.
Lord.
Yeah,
Oh my
she was just
God.
aggressive. She was not aggressive. What's the fucking word? She was
Did
just
she
very-
lick your asshole?
I've always wanted to sleep with a Sagittarius.
Did you say yes, Adam? Like,
I said no. No.
I don't know if I believe that. You said
He
she's a
doesn't.
Sagittarius.
No, that's not my cup of tea. That's not my cup of tea.
That's
I think
not
we.
even-
I was about to say he ain't into that, man. He ain't down with that shit, man. Cause
Ah, shit.
I'm telling you,
Yo, look. Yo.
Adam, you're missing out, homie.
I don't think I am.
I'm telling you right. No, I'm telling you, you are.
But you wouldn't
telling
know.
you,
That's the
you
thing.
are.
Like, you know. How you know the Sagittarius? Hey, yo, did this Sagittarius mom? She must have had a switch when she walked.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Like
no.
a stallion. Jesus. I mean.
Did she have a fat ass, bro, or what?
Yeah, did she have a
no
nice
disrespect.
ass? Oh yeah, of course she had a fat ass. Yeah, no, she did.
She had a fat ass for a white
was
girl.
Was she white? Was she black? What was she?
She was white. She was white. White girl.
She had a fat ass?
God, dude. She was a German girl or some shit, dude. She
had a fat ass.
Yeah,
Nah, she was a mutt. Actually, she had a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that mutt. It was mudded out in the right direction.
About the
motherfucker.
ass, though. Hi, my nigga.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you,
I
boy.
need to get to the northwest out this motherfucker.
Thank you for calling Collins Studios.
Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Got disconnected here.
Please enter your show number and press pound.
You guys are right?
No, that's fine. Hold on.
So good.
That's hilarious. I got you. Just, Brando, let me know when he's back on. When he's done.
Okay. Adam. Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to see if there's anything on the YouTube.
Are you
For everybody watching, thank you so much. Oh, he's ready?
Are you good, Adam? You ready? All right, we're good. We're good.
All right.
All right.
All righty.
We didn't lose any calls, right?
Nah.
I don't think
No,
so.
I just got disconnected from Skype. The website is still, the board is still.
Nobody calls us. Who do you think?
Yeah, they're right.
But no, so I want to talk about
scammers would call this
crazy
number.
chicks.
I agree with that, James. James real quick, James in the chat said, 3 besides me. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, for the roommates, 3 others.
Yeah, this is for the roommates.
Oh, okay.
3 besides me is the most I can handle. Unless it was a huge house with at least 2 kitchens or something. Yeah, it would have to be a big space. It would have to be a large
One of those
space.
situations where you got upstairs, downstairs, or something like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Townhouse type shit, so.
Definitely need to have my own room too. Like I can't do that. Like, oh, we're gonna share this place downstairs.
Oh, no way. No, I draw a line, my G.
Yeah.
I draw a line. Listen,
and it needs to have like multiple bathrooms so that way, like I don't care if I'm sharing with like one other person, but I don't want to be sharing the bathroom with 4 other people. Like me and one other person, like if we're on the same floor or on the same side of the house, like, hey, we're sharing this bathroom. That's cool, but not everybody's using that bathroom. No, fuck that.
So you were talking about crazy bitches. Well, let's talk about crazy bitches.
Yeah.
Let's continue on that train, please.
There was a story that came out recently about this family, and I believe they're from Chicago. Don't quote me on that, but either way. They adopted
Shout out,
a 6-year-old, or what they thought was a 6-year-old Ukrainian, that's the right word, child.
A Ukrainian kid.
The thing was, they only had about 24, 48 hours to make their choice. It had something to do with like medical stuff, health stuff. They didn't really go into details of that. But what happened was when they adopted her, they started noticing some things were like strange, were weird. First off, 6 years old. So the mom was like helping her still to take a bath, like was just kind of getting her ready, just kind of bonding with her or whatever. And she noticed that the little girl had a full fucking bush. And like a year or 2 later, she was already having her period at what they thought, would be roughly 8 years old.
What?
Come to find out, that they adopted a 22-year-old Ukrainian dwarf.
Whoa.
And it was getting crazy because she kept trying to kill them. She was like bleach and poison in their coffee.
What the
At one point,
fuck?
numerous times, they woke up
Yo!
girl with this chick standing over them with a knife. And
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
This is true shit. It's in the news right now.
How long ago did this happen? This is
So I
recent?
guess they're getting ready to go on trial right now because they're getting in trouble because I guess they abandoned the girl and left her and they moved to Canada. And so they're going on trial right now for like abandonment, like child neglect.
He bounced.
And they
Damn, they were
even
like,
took the
fuck
child,
that!
they took the girl to doctors and did like bone density tests, and the doctors were like, no, this person was born in like 89. This person's like in their early 20s. And so it's going on trial. I think the
my
trial
God.
started this week, and they're trying to like convict these parents of like child neglect and abandonment.
Child
and all this other
neglect.
shit.
Child neglect? This
Because
is a
there's
grown
another
ass
doctor that-
woman.
Because there's another doctor that says no, this was actually an 8 or 9-year-old child, and so now it's this like big.
So now
thing
it's a
of,
battle
was she a
between
child?
the
Was she
battle
a-
of the ages?
Battle of the ages. Yo, dude, but this is hard to swallow, dude. I don't. There's usually more sides than one. There's always more. No matter how fast
This
you make a pancake,
is
as Dr. Phil says, there's more
Something.
sides to this
There's
there's two
always
sides to this,
something,
at
man.
least. Right. So like, I'm not trying to jump on the parents and like try to make the parents seem like these awesome people, but bro, if you had the heart to adopt anybody, and you adopt somebody, and then you find out this motherfucker over here has a period, a full bush of pubic hair. I mean, was she flat chested? She had to have something that made them look 6 years old. Like, what was the lead in? Like, you know what I mean?
I guess the pictures, if you can see the pictures, I guess she definitely looks like it could go either way. She either looks like she could be a young adult dwarf or a little child. Like it's very difficult to tell by looking at her.
By looking at her.
What the?
Yeah.
Wow. But breasts, right? Breasts are the
I mean, does
one-
it,
a
does
one-
breast
breast developed?
Not every grown ass woman has a breast.
That's true. I know, but that's
you can have flat-chested.
that's a true story. But that's why I'm
Wow.
asking. Like, and does she not have breasts? I mean, I
I'm
don't know,
guessing
dude, like,
they're very small.
I'm guessing
if
not.
There is any.
If there is any, yeah. What? No. Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But I mean, I think that the first clue would be if you got a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, and he's got a full bush, like, isn't that something like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
That's why I really don't want to believe that it's a 6 or 7-year-old. I believe
I
people that
find it-
know
I find it
bones
hard to
really
believe.
believe are 22 or 20 something. I believe the 20 something year old dog.
Were
What
these
if you
doctors
walk
There's
in
no
American
way.
or
She's like,
Ukrainian?
I gotta go poo poo or whatever, and you walk in and she's in there tripping up the Bermuda Triangle. Like, what's going on? Hey, what's good? What are you doing? Like, come on.
hey, yo, real shit, bro. Like, what was it like the first time this bitch asked for a tampon? Like, I mean,
My G.
period the next year.
But I guess too, there was
She was putting that shit in motherfuckers' coffee.
Got her, they took her to Disneyland, and she straight up played the parents because she made something that she couldn't walk, and she made the parents carry her ass all around Disneyland for 3.5 days. She went to Disneyland and just got carried from ride to ride to ride.
Oh, hell no. I would
She hustled
bounce
the shit out of
too.
them.
Yo, yeah, I would have left that bitch in Arkansas and headed to fucking.
I
like,
would have
Russia or
said,
some shit.
hey, I'm about to leave you in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, Iowa. Figure it out, bitch.
Real shit. Dude, I would have left that bitch on top of a plateau. Yeah, refund.
No, facts, bro. Facts.
Something, man. Like,
This
damn,
one's
what do
faulty. This one's
If
defective.
you really love,
Fuck.
if you really love life, you'll figure it out. All right.
Yeah, this one actually bleeds. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro? I mean, and I I don't want to support the parents too much, bro. But I think I'm taking the parents' side in this. Like,
Yeah,
and the
dude.
thing is, and my question is, the doctor who says that, so there seem to be two doctors. One doctor's like, no, this bitch is 22, and the other doctor is like, no, she actually is like 8 or 9 or whatever.
No, my G.
The thing is, who is the doctor who says that she's 8 or 9? Is he from the Ukraine or is he from America? And where's the doctor who says that she's
yeah. That's a great
22-year-old?
question.
Like,
where these doctors are from?
Where are these doctors from, and where were they educated?
That says everything. That really does. Wow.
That's crazy as fuck, dude. You see, so they're going on trial now. So who are they being charged by? The state?
Yeah. Hold on, sorry, guys.
I think he went to go take a phone call. I'll read the chats real quick.
Okay.
No, sorry. I got a phone in my little office area here. Sorry, I forgot to unplug it before we started.
It's all right. James says she tried to. James says she tried to poison them and kill them in their sleep, and they're under fire for literally saving their own lives. This world,
exactly.
Facts, yo.
Yeah.
My point exactly. So, Adam, are they being charged by like the state of Illinois? Like, who are they being charged by exactly?
I think it's the state of Illinois, yeah, or it's where it is. Don't quote me on where they are. I think it's Illinois or maybe it's Indiana. I don't
Well,
remember
if it's in
exactly.
Chicago, right? I would imagine. Okay, well, damn. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I think that's what it was,
Wisconsin,
but don't quote me on the city where it took place. I
Hannah.
could be wrong about that.
Or did they simply just lie to get her adopted out?
Well,
Of course they. Well,
I don't think she
whatever.
got it. Well, whoever adopted her, yeah, they very well could have lied, or
For sure.
she's been lying. She's working with somebody.
She's worked. Yeah.
You know, she's trying to get money or something and working with somebody.
Bermuda Triangle, though, Sam says. This is the most ridiculous thing I've heard in a while, Hannah also said.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening in the
it's
chat.
crazy.
Shout out to all you guys who are watching. Thank you so much.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Yes.
Share this shit.
Joe.
Please share this. If you really want to help
Yeah,
us, share and
Yeah.
like this shit. Share and like
all
it,
the other
please.
YouTube influencers, please like and smash that like button and subscribe.
Hard.
Hit that notification bell.
Yeah, all
Sorry.
that shit. Slam that notification.
But no, we
bell.
Yeah,
definitely
no,
want you
tap
guys to
tap
keep
the
up with
bell. Ding ding.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
us. Hit that doorbell. Hit that little button. Smash it.
Press the
tap it.
cybernetic clitoris, nigga. Just push on it.
Yeah, exactly. Make it tingle.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that shit is real, bro.
but no,
Apparently,
that's
apparently
a
it's
mindfuck
not-
for me.
It's not abnormal though, you know, for girls at 7 or 8 to grow, you know, pubes
No, and I've heard about that. I've
and
heard
boobs
sometimes,
early,
too,
and they have to get like shots and shit or
periods.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
And-
premature puberty is what they
Excuse me,
call
damn.
it, essentially.
I guess the other thing about
See,
it.
I'm stupid as shit. He knows more than me.
I mean,
guess the
I've
other
seen it
side
on,
of
the
that is, too,
Montel
though,
Williams show. Shit.
Dwarfs.
Oh, shout out my nigga Montel.
Montel Williams, nigga, early
Yo,
2000s, nigga.
come on, man.
About that Montel show,
When
nigga. When you're not supposed to
when
be
talk
awake,
show TV was hard, my nigga
right?
was tough.
When Queen Latifah had a show.
We Latifah, baby.
Yo, who the fuck remembers that shit, nigga?
Come on,
in
bro.
Chicago, channel
Montel
26
Williams
to
was
you,
way
baby.
before early 2000s. Montel Williams had a show like in the 90s.
But see, I was too
He was
young.
daytime television.
Here's the thing.
No, I was too young. I was watching him
in
in the early 2000s.
I was watching him in
yeah,
the early 2000s. Yeah, when he was on at night.
He had a show when like Jenny Jones. Or you guys might be too young to remember Jenny Jones, but
No,
I know
I
Jenny
remember
Jones.
her, but I wasn't really watching.
I remember her, but I didn't
Yeah.
watch her show like that. But I do know Jenny Jones. You remember Ricky Lake?
Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake, yeah.
Ricky Lake, right?
I used to watch the Ricky Lake show. She was on that that Masked Singer last year. She was one of the contestants on that. I don't know if anybody watches that, but
How old is
I
Ricky
actually
Lake
got
now?
into that shit.
70?
Watch it. Ricky Lake?
Yeah.
Nah,
No, she's
probably
only
in her
like
50s
50.
or something
She's
like
a
that.
big
Oh, really?
she's a big advocate for marijuana.
I
She
didn't know
grows
that.
it.
Okay,
She
that's
owns
cool.
like a couple dispensaries and stuff. She's a big advocate for weed.
Oh, so she can still get fucked then.
Y'all know, most
Yes.
certainly.
I guess. She'll definitely take a couple Twinkies and ho-hos afterwards too. She's thick.
Thick or fat?
I love a good girl that will eat some pastries with me after sex.
Thick or fat though?
Cellulite or
Yeah, cellulite or ass in the right places. Like, what are we saying? You know, those are not quote
I
equal.
mean, her ass cheeks don't go down to the back of her knees, if that's what you're saying.
oh, okay.
Well, wait. Does she have some sort of a shape? Is her stomach hanging over her belt, sort of thing?
I think she's just thick still. She used to be a big girl, but I think she's just thick now. Like
Jenny
I
Craig
think
big?
I mean, I think she's.
She's a size 18.
I mean, I don't think she's got 4 vaginas before you get to the real one. If that's what.
Damn.
Okay, all right.
Jesus.
I don't think you gotta part the seas before you get to the real ocean.
But she's also not a Ukrainian dwarf either, so you know.
Nah. Not at all.
Full bush. Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm sorry. If my 6-year-old is in the tub and I, you know, her mom was like, yeah, honey, we have a problem. What's the problem? Your daughter has sprouted like a complete fucking like
Yeah.
growth. Like you have a
Something's
there's a garden.
fucked up here.
Something's not right, bro. I think I might have to like. That might be a day I do some hard drugs, like some real hard. Like
Wow. What a story.
I might have to do coke for a minute. I need a break. I need to pick me up.
He said I might have to do coke for a minute.
It picks me up.
Like, how much acid did I do back in the day?
Yeah,
Shit.
right. Jeez. My fucking balls are fucked up. Jesus.
Another story that was in the news recently, and I thought this was a good one. This left me more saying, what the fuck? How the fuck do you do that? A couple was arrested for DUI together. So congrats on hanging out and being a lovely couple, getting your drink on together.
Hey.
That's always nice.
Nice. Superb.
Yeah, yeah. Share. You guys have something in common. That's awesome. So they got arrested. They were put in the back of the car.
You are a piece of shit, sir.
You know, cops, when shit like that happens, you know, they bullshit outside their car, you know, talk about what they're going to do with it. Well, apparently the cops had their backs to the car, turned around, and the couple was completely butt naked, still handcuffed, pounding it out.
Get it down, boy.
Get
It's like it's
it
gonna be the
in,
last
getting it
time,
in,
baby.
the back of the
It's gonna be the
police
last
car,
time. I gotta. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, bro. God
Like,
damn.
you
Yo,
gotta
you know,
respect
I
it,
like to
right?
think I respect it to the utmost, bro. That's
I
me,
respect
bro.
it.
I'm fucking public. I love it. I think that's great.
I
Those cops have been honored. If I was one of those cops, I would have bowed and released them immediately. Are you kidding
Like,
me?
they probably had
Listen.
to both be, like, in sweatpants or
And
something,
kept-
right? Like, you're not crawling out of your jeans, are you? If you got
not if
handcuffs,
your
how
jeans,
you getting
not
shit
if your jeans have a
unbuttoned
belt
I
on them
mean-
and you're wearing skinny jeans. And not if you know, they have to be some loose
mean-
ass jeans
Yeah.
You gotta have some loose ass jeans,
shorts, I
and
guess.
you can't, and
or
you
some
ain't.
spandex.
No. You're not gonna have time. You're not gonna have time to. You gotta just zipper that motherfucker. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over. Yeah. It's over. You gotta figure out how to
Kudos
get
to
that
him, though, to
motherfucker
be
out.
hammered and still get it hard that fast.
Right? The whiskey dip was
Jesus,
not effective,
right?
man.
No time flat.
No
Oh, my
effect in
man
it.
was definitely full of lots of testosterone, my friend.
Very much
was
so.
ready to get
Very
it
much
on.
so. He was a real black man.
Yeah.
And
God damn, though. So
back in car
ever
park,
had
that shit is
public
hard.
sex?
It's
So we gotta
uncomfortable,
talk
so
about public
kudos to
sex
them.
stories.
Well, it's public sex, bro. The craziest place. The airplane ride at
I don't really have. Okay, hold on. I don't really have crazy places. I don't have anything that's like. I have something in fucking in public, but I didn't. It wasn't really crazy. Go ahead. You have an airplane story. This is amazing.
No, I was a teenager, right? and it's you're a teenager, and you're experimenting.
You're
bro.
a
You wanna-
teenager and you're fucking in an airplane?
fuck, dude. Hey,
It's
look,
fucked
they
up.
had
Brando lived a different life than us, bro.
bro. It was, dude. I was horny, bro, and the girl. I mean, Look, all I have to say, Dan, she was Mexican, so you can go ahead.
Oh my
Mine,
God,
whatever.
I would do it too.
Now-
I would do it too.
Now, and she had one of those asses that just was like, like, oh my God. And that hair, bro, that fucking hair.
Oh, the thick ass
She
hair,
got in
bro.
that- Bro, she got in that ride. She sat on my lap, bro. It's like every sound around me
it's over.
disappeared. I couldn't even hear
No,
shit.
it's
Yo,
over.
I was like, sit up a little bit. Can you stand up a little bit? As soon as she stood up, that zipper came down. I
it was
pulled them
over.
shorts down, slid that shit to the side, and that shit was in it.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah.
Oh my God. And as soon as the thing was moving, the thing was started bouncing, and I started bouncing with it. Motherfucker. That's how it happened.
Yeah, my man. Please, more turbulence. Please.
Turbulent. Stupid as fuck. He said more turbulent.
You got on the plane.
No, you're not understanding. It's not an actual airplane. There's a, I don't know if it's actually still there. There's a Chuck E. Cheese in Chicago, and they had one in Detroit too that was kind of like this.
Yeah.
They had a ride, like a little like compartment thing that you would get in. Now in front of you is like a control panel. It's supposed to simulate what an airplane looks like.
Yeah, it looks
Now,
like an
this
airplane.
bench is,
Oh,
it's big.
so
bench
like
is
while
big
you
in
were
a,
waiting for your flight.
no, not a flight. Like
It wasn't
Dan,
a real flight. It wasn't,
a real
flight.
plane, bro. It's just
It was
just
like
a toy thing at Chuck E. Cheese for kids to sit on, maybe with
Like
their
a-
Oh,
parents or
Chuck E.
something.
Cheese. This motherfucker was fucking at Chuck E. Cheese. Okay.
no,
It was someone's birthday.
I missed all of that. You started talking about airplanes and shit, and I thought you were talking about a fucking airplane.
I got a few. I've got more real airplane stories. This is just the wildest place it ever happened,
This
bro.
motherfucker was 13 beating the cheese up at Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm
This
so
fucking
happy
guy,
for him. This is amazing.
This-
Oh my
he got
God,
out, wiped his shit off, took his tickets, and went and got himself a bouncy ball.
dude. Honestly, that's kind of how it happened. You know, I got myself some big league chew. You know, with that shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, I was like, man, this was an
Grabbed two
amazing
slices
birthday
and a
party.
Coke and called it a day.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. How old? I think I was 16, actually, 16 or 17. Because I remember the girl being like I had to actually talk to this girl for a while. She didn't want to date me because I was younger than her. Even though I was only like a year or two younger than her. She made a big deal or tried to make a big deal of it. And I'm like, bitch, quit fucking around, man. It's me. Like, nigga's Brando. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you can call me a prude or whatever you want, but nah, that's too much. Like, I mean, back in the day, even
that's too much for me now. That's too much for me now, maybe. But back then, shit. I don't know. And the only reason it's too much for me now is because I have kids, right? But I really see from the outside. It's more. Am I cutting out?
Yeah, you're good
Cutting
now.
out for you guys? I'm sorry about that. What I'm saying is like it wasn't anything that was even that visible. It was just so wild. I mean, you could if you stuck your head in that shit, you probably got an eye full of some chick bouncing on my lap. But it's not like we were naked or anything. So
Oh well, of course.
Yeah, that's what a lot of stories that I heard. I fucked in a parking lot of a hosptal. It was real quick though.
What?
No big
I hope
deal.
your grandma feels better. Now jump on.
What? Wait. Which hospital? What? You was doing the nasty outside of confidence.
Yeah. I was like, just bend over real quick, shorty. Hold on.
And then they went inside and both got tested. Just to
It
make
was
sure.
after we got out. We knew we were good.
He didn't even know the broad. He just heard that she was in the room next door and that she was all good. So he walked out and said, I got the
Yeah,
okay.
she came out
you
in her
got the
fucking.
okay.
I
Let's get the
took her
okay
right out of
together.
her wheelchair when she got wheeled out.
That was the Puerto Rican nurse.
Yeah.
Hell no. Yeah.
Oh shit. No, it was baby moms though. So.
Oh, yo, your daughter might have been
Yeah,
conceived in a parking lot, nigga. What?
No, I definitely know when she was conceived, but I would have loved to tell that story. She was already pregnant. Actually, I'll tell the story. Hold on, no, this is so good. She passed. She fainted at work. That's what happened. She went to the hospital
So
after she
was all
fainted
clear,
at
you
work.
wanted to fucking take more energy out
So
of her.
after she was all clear, I'm like, "Come here, shorty." What's good?
Let me make you
She
work
felt
hard again.
fine. She was okay with it. She was cool.
Let me get you all light.
Oh man.
Motherfucking asshole. Yeah, no, I got nothing like that. I just
Yeah, man.
I fucked around, not never got the cheeks, nothing like that. Just everything but like in a park. That's probably about the most extent of it. At a park, and they had these little houses, and we just jumped up on top of the house, and I was just sitting there, and yeah, sure enough.
Adam, if you and your
Have you
lady,
done
if you and your lady, if you and your lady could ever get on an airplane and do it, I really recommend it. Get on the airplane and do it, bro. Like, not the Chuck E. Cheese airplane, the actual airplane.
She's here.
Get on
Yeah.
the actual airplane, bro. That turbulence is something else, bro.
Man, I don't know. That just doesn't do it for me, man. I'm not the whole public thing, like the intrigue.
I can't
of
do it
being
now.
caught or like whatever. It's just like,
Yeah, I can't do it now. I wouldn't do it now for sure. But
I'll do it now.
I
I'm even better at it than I was back then.
No, but see, call me a pussy, but I definitely just want to fuck my girl all over my house, wherever we stay. You getting fucked
All
in
over
every
my house.
fucking room in here, every closet. You getting it, bitch. You getting it. If it's got room for us to fit, you getting fucked.
We're going in.
We're going in.
Hang on.
But
sis.
that's
I got
about the
you.
extent of it. That's about the extent of it.
I got head in a number of stairways when I was in school though. Like I've been whipping my dick out for a minute. So at school, bro, stairways, elevators, bathrooms. I mean, just tons of head. And the thing is, like I always tell people, I don't actually come from blowjobs, so it's one of the most like it's like, all right, I'm bored of this shit. I'm putting it back. I'm putting it away now. When are we actually gonna fuck, bitch?
He's like, I don't need foreplay. I haven't got time for this.
No, I really don't.
I'm on a mission, bitch.
I'm trying to put
Let's
batter
go.
in you.
Put the batter. That shit curdles. Hurry up. That's hilarious. Shout out to our listeners. You got any stories that you want to share with us? Hit us up 442-244-9900. Call or text. You can call or text 442-244-9900. Hit us up. Let us know what is on your mind.
All women who lick balls, hit us up, especially. If you lick balls, if you've ever had a sack in your face or in your mouth, just... Oh, yeah.
No,
So-
bitches who definitely pay attention to the balls while sucking dick are the
Yeah.
true fucking super
Yes.
women, okay?
Yes.
I just want you to know
Why
that.
are you gonna
If
go
you
down
pay
there and
attention
do
to
all
the
that
balls-
and not do that, not pay attention to the balls too?
I need a
I'm
full
just saying.
spectrum massage.
I'm just saying, if you're not paying attention to the nuts,
Like when you eat the pussy, do you just focus on the clit or do you get the
Nope.
whole thing?
No.
nah, you gotta get the
my
whole thing.
My face gets enveloped.
My face,
mean,
I sometimes
I
make
get
sure I can't
hard.
breathe.
He's like, I suffocate myself.
Yeah, I suffocate
diving
myself. It's
equipment.
for her fucking will. I love it. I love eating fucking pussy, man.
I mean, yeah. I think most men do, but there's a lot of men that aren't going to admit it,
Most fat men do.
which is weird.
Most fat men do. I'll tell you why. Because they know that that's a way to keep them.
That is stupid. Oh, God.
Yeah.
No, that's wild. So, Dan, what are your thoughts on the quote-unquote, opiate crisis, the drug epidemic, I know it's a crazy-ass segue, but pussy is a drug for me, so, I mean, all this shit that we're dealing with.
Yeah, so I mean, we can talk about that too.
Yeah,
Let's
and
just-
Adam and I
let's
covered
just-
a story the other day.
Yeah, so Big Pharma,
Big.
Purdue Pharma, whatever, going bankrupt. I think, what was it, last week? Last week, I think
yeah.
it was, yeah. Or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but, huge lawsuits, the opioid epidemic
Bigly,
across the
folks.
nation.
Bigly.
Yeah, me and Brando shared some topics yesterday that'll probably be coming out in a maybe next week. We'll throw them onto a podcast. But yeah, let's get Dan's thoughts on the opioid
You
epidemic.
want to tell them about Jordan Peterson, or should I? Or
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
let's do
you
all
can-
the setup. Do all the setup so that I'm not just answering a blank question. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So-
do the
no, I
setup
get
for the
you. No.
YouTube too.
the way it started, and I'll give you the really abbreviated version. Jordan Peterson's
Sure.
daughter, and actually Adam actually showed me a clip of Joe Rogan actually, and a comic actually, reacting to it and shit. And so, what essentially happened though, from my end anyway, Jordan Peterson's daughter released a clip saying that her mom, they found out some time ago her mom was dying of cancer, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. Now, currently, as it stands, her mom's not dying of cancer. Everything is all good. However, while this was happening, Jordan Peterson was really depressed away. So he went to a psychiatrist rather, to get something to help him deal with the stress of the whole situation. They prescribed him a benzodiazepine called, it's not Klonopin, but clozapam. Yeah, clozapam.
Clozapam, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So they prescribed him this, and I guess they didn't let him know that some of the side effects were quite severe, like suicidal ideation, extreme depression, dependency, and a bunch of other shit. Well, Jordan Peterson obviously took a turn for the worse, because not too long ago he checked himself into a rehab in New York. And
Oh,
it
shit.
just kind of, he checked himself into a rehab in New York. And so his daughter was like, dad's doing good, but he's still in rehab. I'm talking to him on the phone and shit. Mom's all good, but the holdover is that, from what we learned about mom earlier, dad was still on some medication. So we just got to get this off and then get him out of this medication, and then we can be a happy family again or whatever. So, and we just kind of fed off of that. So like, what are your thoughts on that?
Interesting how is he for the pharmaceuticals?
I feel
Like
like
in general,
he's more
that's
for
his political opinion, right?
I feel like he's more for pharmaceuticals than things like, legal marijuana, like stuff like that.
And that's my
you know?
point. So it's interesting how once it affects him, it's made a big deal and a big story. But look, man, it's fucking terrible. I see what they try to do with what they've tried to do with marijuana for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? We've obviously just seen it with the cartridges, the vapes, the e-juice.
Yep.
Right? Like they're trying to. It's like, one, you don't understand the fact that there is a black market.
Right.
You're just
Right.
making the problem worse. And two, like I've always said they should decriminalize all drugs on that front, right?
Yep.
But they don't. They don't. The pharmaceutical companies want the money in their pocket. That's why we have it's all a chain. That's why we have politicians fighting for, instead of fighting for Medicare for all, they're fighting for private health insurance companies because they know that they're getting money from them. It's all a fucking rouge, bro. We're a corporate business, America. America only. So it's fucked up. I've seen too many people. Shout out to Sam, and I don't know if she said it before, and I think she has, but her sister passed from heroin overdose.
Yeah, true story. Yeah. What was?
so,
I
like-
can't remember her name.
Her name is Carly. Shout out to Carly. Yeah, she was so
R.I.P. Carly.
fine. She
R.I.P.
was so
Carly.
fine. Oh my
I bet.
God.
Good genetics.
fucking
Those Italian genetics, baby. You know.
Bro, I'm telling
Southern
you,
European,
man.
baby. Yeah.
If
yeah.
their name ends in a vowel, most likely they could be all right.
They could be good. They
could be alright.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You Italians.
Oh.
What I said yesterday when I was talking to Brando about this was, is everybody wants to point the finger at Big Pharma. there's not enough responsibility being taken by the individuals taking the medication, or the family members around those individuals. Yes, there are family members that try to get their people help when there's an addiction. It has to be on the person to want to take that help, though. But big pharma it's a business. So they still have to operate as a business, and they're still making money. And for some people, these medications, such as the Vicodin, the Percocet, the Oxycontin, the morphine, the whatever, these opioids medications, there are benefits to them for some people. So to say that these medications need to stop or they need to go away or whatever do they need to be regulated more? Yes, I believe so. But these companies make more than just these medications. They make lots of other medications that help people with cancer, help people with diabetes, help people with epilepsy, help people with whatever. Like, it's not like they're just making
So
Oxycontin.
so that bears the question then. Do you think the issue is the doctors?
So we talked about this too.
know-
I think yes, some of them. But again, what I said yesterday was that some of these doctors are just basing their call,
Doing what
their
they're told.
judgment based on what you're saying as the patient. If you go in and say this, and that, and they do their tests,
No.
and they run their, this is what they know. This is what they've been trained. This is what their education has told them. Like, okay, well, if you're in this much pain, if the
Okay,
pain
fine.
scale is 1 to 10,
I'll give you that. What about?
there's got to be some judgment though,
I guess,
due
man.
diligence.
I think there should be judgment on both ends, because it's kind of like I told Adam the other day. Like, I agree with what he's saying as far as the doctors. The doctors are only going to do what the textbooks and their teachers told them to do. So, especially the good ones and the well trained ones. So,
Right.
if and this is why they always ask you that pain scale. If you say that it's the worst pain you've ever felt in your life, they're going to give you the best drugs they have. Here's the thing, and I always tell people, like, this has a lot of bad things, so I don't think people should always do this. However, I downplay all of my pain for a lot of reasons. One reason, I'm always in pain. I get my wrist twisted, my arm twisted for a living. My neck is throttled all the time. I've been hitting the head so much I'll probably have Parkinson's. So I'm always in pain. So if I get something that a spike of pain, when I go into the doctor, even if it might feel like an 8, I'm going to say 6. And no matter what, I'm going to make sure he knows that I am totally, abhorrently, I abhor opiates. I don't want an opiate. If you've got 800 milligram ibuprofen, something extremely strong, but still more or less over the counter, I'll take that instead. But I do not want anything that has the potential to make me physically addicted. Now, I don't think every person, is going to get physically addicted. There's all types of people out there. But one way to make sure that, don't exaggerate. Think about it. You're in there for arm pain or a headache. 9 times out of 10, the headache's not going to kill you. Do not tell them
Be
that
honest.
you are feeling
Yep.
an 8. And I think a lot of people just they're with their speech, and the doctor can only do what you're giving him. So I see that. One thing I kind of always tell people, and this is what we were talking about the other day also. I think natural medicine and holistic healing get a bad reputation, because I'll be the first to tell you, I'm an advocate of science, a science communicator, and a lot of other things. I don't want people to think that natural medicine is somehow scientifically demonstrated. It's not.
Yeah.
There is a high standard for for
Let's
what
definitely
is to be
make that
considered a
clear. We're not
scientific fact.
fucking
That is, we're
psycho
not advocating.
kooks.
Yeah, don't go out there and start eating.
Vaccinate
plants to
your
make you feel
kids.
better. Vaccinate
I
your
promise
fucking
you,
children.
the pharmaceutical companies are you're perfectly okay with vaccinating your kids, okay?
Exactly right. No, you definitely need to do that. The thing that I do say though is, if you're feeling pain, stop trying to go and always get a goddamn magic pill. Go get a massage. If you're feeling
Please.
muscle pain, get a fucking massage.
Please.
Try
Thank you.
acupuncture
Hey.
for once in your life. Try some different stuff, because I'm telling you, if your cousin died of opiates, I think you should really, really take that as a lesson. Like, if you, I know someone who did this. I know someone who did this. If you know people who've done all this shit, it doesn't seem like you're learning a lesson.
Then why the
because you're
fuck are you
following a
still
similar
fucking
route.
downing those
Yeah,
goddamn
Percocets?
those
Yeah, what the
oxys?
fuck are you doing? Yeah, it's like
Right?
not ending. You know. So, but I'm not telling people to go that should be your first, especially for minor things. You know what I mean? Use some sort of judgment here. You don't want to go to a massage therapist or some sort of acupuncture or a chiropractor if you were in a car accident. But if you're just sore from a hard night of wrestling practice, or maybe you got something pulled, or maybe your neck has been jarred, your doctor, especially if depending on your insurance situation, you might not necessarily want to go to that person. They're gonna give you some shit that might fuck you up in many cases.
Yeah, man.
Again, judgment, man.
Well, how about this? I mean, they still. What I don't understand is the greed. That's what I have a tough time trying to understand, because they try to stop things like I've talked about kratom. I'm a big kratom supporter, and I take kratom for pain relief and shit like that, and it's a natural fucking thing, or whatever the case may be. And they try to get that the fuck out of here, and that's wean people off of fucking heroin. And in many cases, so they have definitely tried to use stories of people dying where they found kratom in the system, along with alcohol and other fucking drugs that they were taking, and they obviously omit that, right? In many cases, or they just kind of like gloss over it real quick. But it's like, oh, I see what you did there in that article, you fucking assholes. Like, so I don't understand the greed. They're still, prescribing this stuff to people, and they're getting their money, and they make their money in so many other ways, and yet, we still need to attack all the other stuff that's available. If people want to take it, let them take it. Soda is a drug. Soda is a drug. Fucking frozen food, that's a drug. It's interesting that they're not afraid about the stuff that people are putting into their bodies. There's a McDonald's in every fucking corner of this country. You know what I'm saying? In every city. And that stuff is literally killing your insides, and yet you don't want me to smoke marijuana?
Well,
but you approve
that's where a lot of allopathic
frozen meat?
Look. Here's the thing: dogma and fundamentalism on any side is bad, and that includes the people who are hardcore. If it's not in the science books, or if science doesn't say it's right, then it's not right. That's bullshit. That is horseshit. Science doesn't know everything, and it's. There are things that we don't know yet that we have yet to find out. There are things. They're just things that we really, really don't know, and that need a lot more experimentation. There are things that need to be looked at a lot closer. And here's the thing: as long as people who are advocates of big pharma, and I'm not talking about. It's not like you can't be an advocate of big pharma and also be an advocate of the other thing. I think that's to say that you can't be both. That's a false dichotomy. But what I am saying is that the people who support big pharma and reject everything else, they are the problem. A lot of those people are in power, and those are the people who are keeping things like marijuana and MDMA and other things that could potentially help us illegal. They're the ones who are hurting us, and so. We can't find anything out if people don't give a little leeway in order to fucking experiment with this shit. We can't even experiment with it because it's illegal, right? So I think a lot of them shoot ourselves. And they, of course, if you do start allowing things like marijuana as part of pain management, big pharma will start to lose money, won't they?
Interesting. Yeah.
which is kind of why they went. Well, they went under because of lawsuits, but yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's a whole nother thing. Let's jump to the phone lines real quick.
Phone
though,
lines,
'cause,
phone lines.
We got a phone call, and it actually screened the call properly. So this is our number one fan, Sam, calling in
Dependable.
to ask some advice.
Yes.
So let's see if I can bring her on, if this wants to work. There it goes. Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, there we go. Yeah.
Hi.
So before I get into my question, I just saw this story and I want to give you guys a heads up because I know at least one of you uses this service. DoorDash has been hacked. Full credit card numbers have not been stolen, but the last four numbers might have been of 5 million people. So this is just a warning for everybody who uses DoorDash. Check your shit.
Well,
Fuck me, they're gonna see how many times a week I order Taco Bell. God damn it.
You know, it's funny because I people always say like, Brando, you're deleting and you're always getting new cards in the mail. This is why.
Like, shit.
This is exactly why.
way to see, way to see my fat ass. I've had the same best friend for 20 something years, and I just found out that she may or may not have been talking shit about me. And it's hearsay, but it's hearsay from a lot of people. And the second person who told me doesn't know her and barely knew me, and I don't know what they have to gain out of this. So I stopped talking to her. She basically got me out of a potential roommate situation because she told a mutual friend of ours not to live with me. So I don't have any evidence from her that she actually said this, but I stopped talking to her for a while, and now she's trying to act like, oh, I don't want to lose you. You're my sister, blah, 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 after, like, we've been through a bunch of shit, and this is just kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for me. So
Wait.
she wants to go to fucking therapy.
Wait.
Which I think is ridiculous.
This is okay. Hold on. So 2 questions. How long did you two go without talking?
You might have to turn your team talk output up on the phone because she couldn't hear Brando talking at all,
I haven't spoken to her.
and she's talking over us.
And
So she obviously can't hear us.
I have been ignoring them. She has sent emails. I have deleted them. Oh no, I couldn't hear Brando or. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
figure that
I
out,
can't
bro.
hear Brando or Dan.
All right, my bad. Hold on.
Do we have any chats, Dan?
I'm
We're
going to check the
professional around here,
YouTube
people.
right now. James had sent a comment a long time ago about the story, the Ukrainian story. He said I would be more tempted to ask if they hadn't left her and went to another country. That's something you do out of fear.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
All right, I think you should be able to hear them now. Now it might cut out a little bit, but we'll try not to talk over each other. If we talk over each other, I think it cuts it out. But you should be able to hear them.
Tess,
Okay,
can you
so
hear us?
sorry,
Turn up your team talk
Hi.
in team talk. Blast that bitch.
Blast me. I want to be heard.
I'm glad you followed it up with that
No.
statement because that could have went a whole.
I prepared.
Did you turn up the master in team talk?
Yep.
It's the first slider.
Yeah. It's. I did.
Crank that bitch at 100, nigga. Don't fuck with me.
Oh, I hear you guys so much better than I did last week, too.
See?
Last week it was
Because I
really
know what I'm saying. Because I'm smart. That's why.
Fucking guy.
Are you?
'Cause I'm fucking smart and Adam doesn't follow my directions.
This fucking guy wants to get punched in his jugular.
Well, there you go. You gotta find it.
You're gonna find.
I'll make
All right. So, go ahead. Continue.
You want me to repeat that? Oh, okay.
Wait, can I?
No,
ask-
no,
can
no,
I
no,
ask
no,
if
no,
you-
not the
They-
story.
they-
No, we heard everything. We heard
they
everything.
heard what you said. Just well, okay. So how long had it been that you hadn't talked to this girl?
It's been since July. I found out actually a week after seeing her, because I don't see her that often because she lives an hour and a half away, and it's always me that has to make the effort to do so. I found this out that she was talking shit a week later, and it was since then that I hadn't called her. So it's been about 2 months, and she's been trying to text me. She's been reaching out to my family and my friends, and luckily nobody has been really getting back to her because she's now trying to play the concerned friend card.
Can we ask what kind of shit was she talking? What was it that she was
What-
saying?
She said it.
Yeah, but it's
She
all
said it.
hearsay.
Oh, I
though,
missed
right?
that part. Sorry.
It's
No,
all
she
sort of
said it.
hearsay.
So
it's all sort of
It's
hearsay
not
stuff,
hearsay. It's not hearsay
It's not.
because
It's not hearsay.
well, it's
It sounds like hearsay.
it can be classified as hearsay, but
Yeah.
what you got to tell this story of the Facebook status of the friend that you were trying to live with. So she was trying to arrange a living situation with somebody, okay? I'll fill in some of the blanks here. She was trying to find a living situation with a friend that she's known for about 10 years.
Okay.
She was part of. They were both part of a cast. They were both doing a show, and well, this girl that I speak of, she was trying to find a roommate. So she put it up on Facebook that that she was trying to find a roommate. After she had let her know, hey, I'm interested. So then a mutual friend of theirs, Sam and the girls, commented and said, oh, all three of us should live together, blah, blah, blah. And the girl responded to the guy and not Sam.
And not to me.
So it was a clear dodge.
Now, she is friends with a former roommate of mine who does not think very favorably of me. So I figured that was who where the dodge came from. But I found out a couple of weeks later that it wasn't that person. It was my former best friend who told her, you don't want to live with Sam. Without actually ever having lived with me.
20-something years since they were in diapers, my friend.
So wait. May I ask? Okay, so this you said that something happened that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Was there a long line of preceding things?
Oh, yeah.
No. So what? Give me the what? Hang on, time out. So this was
Can you
the straw
turn
that
her
broke
up,
the camel's back,
Adam?
a little bit.
To us?
So this was the straw that broke the camel's back. What else preceded this back?
By the way, I'm really quiet on the stream too.
Yeah, we're turning you up.
In headphones.
So, can you get into like some of the things that preceded this, the back breaking of the camel? Like what was it?
Oh yeah. She dated an ex of mine who caused a lot of problems in my life and royally fucked me over. She is actually dating him now.
Hold on. Back her down a little bit.
She
A little bit down, yeah. Holy shit! I have to turn it on.
Jesus.
Y'all motherfuckers are never happy. Never.
No, you don't know how to run a board, sir. Keep going. I love you. Hey, she sounds
So yeah,
good.
she is dating an ex of mine who fucked me over, and in a lot of very unspeakable ways. She basically during her wedding, he was allowed to stay at her parents' house, whereas she wanted me to stay in a hotel. I'm supposed to be her best friend. And,
Wait, at her wedding?
That's the bullshit that's going on.
At her wedding,
And she wasn't
wanted
even-
you to stay at a hotel, and she wanted her husband to stay at the parents.
No, not the husband. She wanted.
No,
not the husband.
she wanted
Listen,
not the
listen.
husband. He's the boyfriend now.
The guy.
He's divorced.
So she's
okay,
divorced
now
with
I'm
the
understanding.
husband.
Okay.
She's dating a new
the
guy who ends up
ex.
being the guy that fucked Sam over a lot. An ex-boyfriend that fucked Sam over in many ways. This is a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But this is years of
But
shit, right?
You
know
said
what
this
I'm
is
saying?
a long line of preceding events.
Yeah.
That's why. So keep going. I'm very interested
So
because
wasn't even
the
the maid of honor wasn't even the maid of honor at the fucking
No.
at the wedding, and you would expect that of somebody
Yeah,
you've known
her
since
mom
3 years old,
was
a
her
little
maid
bit,
of
right?
honor.
Her mom was her maid of
okay,
honor.
Wow. So all right, and so what happens
Uh-huh.
after this? I imagine you probably tried to stick out an olive branch. So like, what happens next?
I told her how everything with the wedding made me feel. She apologized, and we promised to move on. And then I found out 2 years ago she was talking shit. This was the first time I found out she was talking shit about me. She said, "Don't tell Sam something to a mutual friend of ours because Sam will spread it around to the blind community."
Well, don't do that.
What the fuck? Like, what? And I kind of let it go. I let that one go because I was like, oh, that's probably just some bullshit gossip going on.
Yeah.
But when everything happened with the "don't live with Sam" conversation, that was when I really started to rethink it and go.
And the "don't live with Sam" conversation
maybe I
came from
should
a
not
girl
deal with
that was in the cast that doesn't know Sam and doesn't know the other girl very much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why would somebody that doesn't really know Sam, not that she's against her, but she's not really out for her best interest, saying like, no, I don't really want to tell you, but this is who told this girl not to live with you, and it was your former best friend. Like, fuck
I think
her,
you just
man.
tell the bitch to kick rocks. I think.
Like it sounds like you're in a situation. Because you've been friends since diapers, that doesn't mean that you're going to be friends until the grave. So I understand, like, if you know her better than any of us can ever know her, and you have to make the ultimate judgment. But I think if you're sure that she is truly maliciously trying to hurt you, and that she's sidelining you, like, at least in a friendship sort of means, I think you probably should tell her to kick rocks. Yeah. I mean, again, but I think you should think long and hard about it.
That's what I was
Because
thinking.
if you truly value this person or did value this person, I think you might want to think about your actions before you actually take them. I don't know how good of a friend she actually is. I don't know her side of the story, but if she's truly trying to maliciously harm you, then you need to put some distance between you and her. Probably quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, best friends aren't always meant to last forever. I mean,
Nope.
I
Exactly.
I had a good friend that we were friends since 7, 8 years old, and when I was like 30, we cut ties. Like, he screwed me over one too many times. We had a big hoopla over the phone, like calling each other out on a bunch of bullshit, and we haven't talked to each other since then. And that was like 2012. So,
I believe it happens. I'm not definitely,
Oh, hell yeah.
that oblivious. I think more so though. I just don't understand why people have to go that route. This girl has never even lived with her. She not once has she have experience with living with her.
Outside of the bullshit,
So you would
that she
ruin
said,
that opportunity for somebody when we all know how hard it is to find places to live now.
for sure.
Yeah.
Outside of what she said, do you want her back in your life? Like, do you still want to be her friend? Or in these 2.5 months or whatever it's been since you've talked to her, is it just like, whatever, like, I've got other friends, like, I've got other people in my life, like, I don't need you to bring drama around? Like, where your stance on this right now?
I don't know. I go back and forth about it a lot because it's heartbreaking. It's been a long, long road. But I keep reminding myself that I have been the one putting in most of the effort to see her, to try and actually do shit so that we're not just in a
Conversations on the
phone talking, texting, WhatsApping relationship. There was actually something that a mutual friend said to her that has really been kind of nagging at me the last couple of months. And she said, it seems like this girl and I have the childhood friendship that both of us want to hang on to for longevity purposes and not actually because we're still friends. And I really legitimately wonder if that's the case.
It could be.
But
I think it
back
could
and
be the
forth
case.
about it a lot.
I think just
I just want her to admit it at this point. I want her to admit what she said. Once that is done, if she does admit what she said, do I want her back in my life? Absolutely not.
So wait, I may have missed this. Have you approached her about this? Have you confronted her and straight up asked her, why did you say this bullshit?
Not yet. That is what I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to do right now. I have written her a very, very lengthy letter that I'm probably going to send to her. And it's honest. I even tell her, I didn't read your emails, I deleted your voicemails, I deleted your text, and this is why.
Yeah, I think you walk up to her, ask her.
I think you walk up and just ask her if she said it. Yeah,
just punch her right in her face.
No, okay. See, I wasn't trying to go that route, but that is one option, I guess. No, what I would recommend is I would just tell her directly. The letter. I mean, I see why some people write. I mean, there's a certain amount of attachment to it, but I really think you should just ask her directly. If she's been your friend for 20 years, at least just ask her, like, what the fuck is the deal, bitch? Like, I mean, on the level, like, why? If this is the case, are you actually doing this? But more to the point, here's the thing: you have to decide if your friendship is worth saving. Does the good outweigh the bad, even if things can get back on track? Would put her even in your own head on some sort of probationary. There should be some sort of probationary period in her for you, and I really recommend that you look. This is what's gonna happen. I don't trust you. I want if this is the route you take. I don't trust you, but I would like to trust you again, and I'm tired of doing all the work. If we're going to remain friends, some things need to change. That's kind of how I would approach it. If you're willing to give it a second chance. If you're not, fuck the letter. Just walk up to her, not walk up, but contact her directly and tell her, like, yo, look, this is what's going on and this is why it's happening.
I think that's a great idea. Now, unfortunately, we have had the I don't trust you, I would like to trust you conversation several times before. And I feel like nothing has changed. So I think that this is officially going to be the last of those conversations.
Well, no, if you've had it several times before, then fuck it.
Contacting her directly is a better way to
No. The bridge has been burned. The bridge has been burned. You said you had it several times before. Several indicates more than one.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. After the wedding. Right. After the wedding, we had the conversation. A couple of years ago, we had the conversation. Like, we've had it a couple of times.
People grow apart.
You're probably
honestly,
right.
People just grow apart. People grow apart. I have no idea. But then again, like I said before, you're the only one who knows her. We don't know her. Like, you know her heart better than we do. Mm-hmm. So shit talker or not, I know people who talk shit about me all the time, but would happily jump in front of a bullet for me. So
right.
You have to decide: is this friendship worth saving? You know, because people talking shit about me, I wouldn't just. But you have to decide that.
Okay,
I agree. Figure out where her head is at.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for calling, Sam. Appreciate you.
Love you guys. You guys are the best.
Bye.
Peace.
No doubt.
Unbelievable. People are
unbelievable,
shitty,
folks.
Believe me, tremendous. Are we out of here? Is that 2 hours?
Is that it? Is that what that is?
Almost. We're almost in 2 hours.
Hey, I sent another link. I wanted to, and this is just a one-off one of those science things. What do you guys think about cloning?
You think it's real?
I mean, I
do you
definitely
guys
think
feel?
it's real.
I know it's real. It's not even a question.
I mean,
it's just because
so here's
that's a
where I
lead-in
stand on it.
question.
Here's where
There's
I
a
stand
follow-up.
on it. On the, and this is going to be very unethical. For the purpose of, so I'm somebody that is, I'm a post-transplant patient. I had a kidney pancreas transplant in 2005. And I know a few other people who are on transplant lists waiting for kidneys and things like that. I am all for cloning for the purpose of these situations. For cloning individuals in for the case that an organ is needed, a heart transplant, a kidney transplant, a lung transplant. Whether or not it's the cloning of the organs or the body or whatever it might be, and you know cryogenically whatever that is, where you freeze it, whatever, so that it's there, and if it becomes a time where you need that, everybody has duplicates. I think we're at an age, at a time of technology, at a time of advancement, that this is something to think about. Will we see it in our lifetime? I don't know. But I think
I was gonna
that is
say,
something
get
to
me the
consider.
fuck out of here before any of that shit goes. I hope to be dead before any of that shit happens.
That's funny. Now, my views on it are kind of like yours. I definitely, first off, I'm all for cloning. I'm all for it. Now, how to do it is the problem. Not how, but like how to use it. Yes, organ transplants and such things. That makes perfect sense. What should not happen is this whole, let's not just make people and release them or something like that. And I don't even, in fact, but this gets to the follow up question. Let me just throw the follow up question out there. The follow up question is, and this, I'll give you a bit of information before I ask. So what happened is they took monkeys and they pretty much added genes and did some gene duplication and did some stuff in such a way that made their brains more human than monkey, or let me rephrase, more human than they ever could have been naturally. You know what I mean? Like their brains can do things that are a lot more reminiscent of a human brain. Short term memory, a lot quicker response time to certain things, able to respond to certain stimuli that is very human that we don't see anywhere else. Right now, the whole thing is, people are saying that this is unethical because the closer you get to being a human, the more of a situation you're putting a human in, or a more human being in, or not more human, a more human animal um, in such a way
To
that they
get
cannot
results.
actually. Well, they can't actually respond for themselves. You're essentially making a slave at this point that has no say in what you do to it in a laboratory.
Okay, gotcha.
So you're getting closer and closer to putting Brando or Adam or Dan in a laboratory and doing this to them. The more you start fucking with their brains and making it more human and able to feel things that humans feel. You don't want a person, or you don't want an entity with human feelings being tortured and fucked with in a laboratory. That's what they're saying is unethical. Here's the thing. You said something, Adam, was unethical. I go even further. I don't feel that way. I do feel like you should make them more human. All the way human? No. Probably not as human as a lot of people get horrified about thinking about. Like, I don't want a person to be a completely human brain inside of a New World monkey skull. What I do think we should, maybe, I don't know, 50-60% maybe the limit, 60% maybe a human brain. I don't know, but I don't want to go too far with it. But I do think we should go far enough that we can research things like Alzheimer's, answers for Alzheimer's, answers for
Absolutely.
schizophrenia, answers for epilepsy, answers for things like that, because the more neurological problems that making a brain like that more human can answer. So I guess the question is, how human do you think one primate brain should be allowed to become inside of a laboratory?
70%.
I can get with that. That's a bit high.
I think
I would say that's a bit high,
70%.
but I can get with that.
So
I'm
enough
not opposed to it.
function that it's almost there. So it's almost it gives you more than that 50%. So you have a higher probability
Yes.
of
Yeah.
getting more accurate results, but not too much where you're on the verge of some Frankenstein type shit.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what a lot of people's fear is you have a primate. Because again, the reason we use monkeys are because they're so close to us. We are essentially monkeys. We're just not New World monkeys. We're Old World monkeys, right? We are the monkeys without the tails. We are apes. Now, what we do when we use these rhesus
I'm a
monkeys,
new
in this
age
African,
monkey motherfucker. I'm King motherfucking Kong.
you know what I mean? Like, so when we use these guys, it's because they map so closely to us, and it works every time. It works, and so like their brains become more and more human, and it's like eventually, are they going to be able to think like, what is he doing to me? But they can't actually say that to us. They can't say it for a lot of reasons, like, oh my God, he's actually going to take my baby from me. Wait a second, you know what I mean? And then it's like, hold on, that's when the ethical concerns come in. Like, are we taking the babies of humans away, or what is that? Is that actually there gets to be a gray area? But 70%, I'm not opposed to it. I'm all for it. I'm all for
Since
it.
we're talking about monkeys and gorillas real quick, and then we can wrap it up after this. Did you guys see the video? It was a couple of years ago about the guy who he raised a gorilla from a young age, and when it got to a certain point, he went out and he released the gorilla into the wild. I think that's how it went, or maybe he went out there and lived with them for a while. But either way, he built this bond and this relationship with this young gorilla, and like a year or two had passed, maybe even a little bit more, and he went back to the jungle where he knew the gorilla had been seen numerous times and kind of was.
Yeah.
And at one point, the gorilla, he sees what he thinks is the gorilla that he released. And the minute the gorilla spotted him, the gorilla started like getting excited. There was like a river that separated them. And the gorilla was like excited, and it showed emotion, like it knew who the guy was. And the next day, the guy's like swimming in the river, and the gorilla goes and gets like its children, gets like its younger gorillas, and brings them to the shore, and is like introducing the way the guy's like narrating it. He's narrating it as if the gorilla was like introducing
his family,
and stuff. It's a really crazy fucking video, but
I mean, that's fucking awesome. That's beautiful.
It's crazy to think about. Like the gorilla knew him, he recognized him, and he showed emotion about it. So it's just kind of it's very interesting to think about the correlation between us and animals out there in the wild.
Yeah, have you ever seen the chimpanzee that does math?
I mean, I seen the movie about what's the I can't think of it now. But I haven't seen the chimpanzee.
I'm not a movie guy, but yeah, chimpanzee. There's all types of stuff that they're doing with other primates.
Chico and the Man. Sorry.
Orangutans are probably not orangutans are known for building. They're not known for amazing cognitive, but in its own right, orangutans are amazing. Don't get me wrong, but compared to chimps and gorillas, especially chimps, the stuff that they do, like, it's pretty fucking phenomenal. Like, there's a guy who managed to teach the guy how to do teach the chimpanzee how to do like multiplication tables or some crazy shit. Now, in case he can't say them, but he can point to the answers like, what, this, and he points like three.
Wow.
So 3 of these, 9. 3 of these, 6 or something. You know what I mean? Like he can do but it's really linear and basic. Like when
Sam asked if you were talking about the Congo.
The Congo? Which Congo?
The Congo?
The Republic of the Congo or the Democratic Republic?
Is that a movie?
Either one.
That's a movie.
Oh, is that
Congo?
the movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
Congo.
I'm sorry. Which country? What are we talking about?
No, Congo was good, but no, that's not what I was thinking of. Chico and the Man.
Oh,
Chico
okay.
and the Man's like an old '80s movie, but yeah.
Hey, I'll touch on this really briefly, and then we can move on or wrap up what we're doing. There was some sort of primate. I don't know what kind it was, but it was supposedly way too human. I'm sorry, way too human to be like a chimp or something, but it was not. It was definitely not human. But what happened was that it was an upright walking. It didn't no slumping over, no knuckle dragging, completely upright, but super fucking hairy and non-speaking. It was a wild ass thing. But some zoologists must have got it, sedated it, and brought it to North America. And two married primatologists were looking after it and stuff, and they taught it. And they taught it to do all types of crazy shit. Wash dishes, push in chairs, eat at a table, no less. Well, the thing is, though, one of the chimpanzees, or not, I call it a chimp. It's not. They call it Oliver. If you ever want to look up the primate Oliver. I think it's going to go. This thing must have pushed down the lady's head while the husband went to work and tried to mount her. So, like, yo, that shit, believe it or not, I think the shit was on the History Channel.
What do you think somebody would do if you were in the streets, you dropped your drawers, took a shit in your hand, and just flung it at them? Do you think they would be like,
where you are? In my city, I think they would shoot at me. That's what I think. I think if I did that, I would die. Honestly, I'm not gonna just randomly do that in Chicago. But I think they'd probably get away with that in like Bronson, Missouri, Little Rock, Arkansas, and shit. I could probably get away with some shit like that.
I lived there for 4 years. There are
Springfield, Missouri,
some dirty people.
Austin, Texas. I could get away with some shit like that.
Yeah, that's a bad.
But Los Angeles, Chicago, Detroit, New York, no, I'm good, dude. I'm not doing that. Nope.
So I think we're going to go just a little bit longer. Again, if you want to call 442-244-9900. Comment on anything we've been talking about, or if you got something you want to talk about, get some advice like our good friend Sam, or you want to share a story with us about something that you find interesting, whatever it might be, hit us up, 442-244-9900. You can text or call that number.
What do you got, fellas?
Let me. I had another thing here that I wanted to.
Yeah, you did. You had a few of them. I had another one too. Hey, play Hunter. Hey, yo, you got to play Hunter S. Thompson's drug routine. Now that we got the serious drug shit out of the way, let's have some fun. Play Hunter S. Thompson's drug routine. Shout goes out to Romy for sending me this. Romy, I love you, bro. You really fucking...
Yo, shout out Romy.
You kicked ass with sending this, bro. You are going to make the show with this shit. I swear to God, ever since I got this shit in my text messages, I've been listening to it 5 times a day just to get high. And I'm not getting high. I'm high on listening to the message. It should be the second one back in the Comfortably Poor group. Yo, that is some hardcore shit. It's Joe Rogan reading it, too, so you know it's fucking awesome.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Joey.
That's fucking. Dude.
I know Dan's gonna shit himself. Adam's going to die laughing, bro. You gotta hear this. Dude, it's nuts. This shit is
Omaha police investigate assault with a banana.
What?
Where'd they shove it?
A banana thrown at a man's. That's a great question. That's a very valid question. A banana thrown at a man's face prompted a call to Omaha police. Officers were called to Benson Tower at 59th Street in the Northwest Radio to investigate an assault with a banana. 53-year-old man said that he had gotten into an argument with a 23-year-old female resident. The man told police he walked away to de-escalate the situation, but as the elevator doors were about to close, the man saw the woman's hand punch through the door, followed by a banana.
Jesus. Some people, a fucking banana, and you're going to call the cops. Like, shut the...
I was literally going to say that. That's why I brought that up, because Brando and I were having a conversation on the stream about somebody who called, on YouTube, I think it was, who called the police because there was no internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just so fucking tired of it, dude. Like, those people, throw those people in a house or in a cabin at the top of a mountain and put some cameras there. That's a reality TV show.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what Big Brother is. Big Brother, you're isolated from all things.
No, I want stupid people, though. I want stupid
yeah,
people who want to call the cops because they're fucking, because they got into a argument at Burger King about a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other one I was gonna play. The do Jack in the Box. But yeah, I mean,
both of them.
come on,
Play
people.
both of them. Oh yeah, I forgot
People
about
just
the
want to
black
call the
kid,
cops
yeah.
about anything. I think people want to call the cops about anything because they think there's something more is gonna happen. Like they're like, oh, if we're gonna get the cops involved, the way that today's society is, like some shit's gonna go out. The cops are gonna beat up somebody, or that somebody's gonna beat up the cops, or whatever. Like people just want to call the cops to see what's gonna happen. Like,
What kind of shit goes down now?
yeah. Like they just want something
Yeah.
to record,
Yeah.
something to throw up on World Star, something that
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking grab the banana and fucking throw it back, you dumb bitch. Like, or fucking peel it and eat it and be like, thanks, I was a little low on potassium. Like, come on, like what the fuck?
You know, I did have a cramp in my fucking foot.
Yeah. I've been a little dehydrated. I could use a little extra potassium. Come on, fuck out of here, Jesus Christ, people. All right, let's see.
Play that shit, bro.
gonna-
You gotta play. Or wait.
Well, I'll play it here in a second. Let's let's just wait a second.
I'll Feel Some Dead Air by
What you got?
fucking motherfucking the other day this Australian woman beat the shit out of her old ass husband. It was the wildest shit to hear about.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. My fucking dogs are going crazy. Sorry. What's going on in the news in Australia? What gets talked about?
Honestly,
We've already talked
a lot
about
of
how
shit
it's
get-
not as violent there. So what's in the news down there?
Well, let's talk. Let me go ahead and feed into a stereotype. You know, stereotypes become stereotypes because they're often true. One stereotype that a lot of people don't seem to realize goes on with Australia is that the animals do kill people. So like a lot of motherfuckers, like I'll be the first to tell you that that's not something you need to worry about coming here because animals kill people in the United States too. But yeah, okay. So one of the craziest things, a dingo mauled somebody's mom. Like not even like while she was with her kid, bro. Like she was with her fucking kid. A dingo mauled somebody's fucking mom.
So
right?
hold on, explain to
Nah.
me, because look, I always hear the joke, but what is that? Is a dingo a form of like a coyote, like a wolf? Like what is a dingo exactly?
Dingoes are dogs. They aren't either. They aren't coyotes or wolves. I don't know the exact.
Is it
and
just
it's-
like
and it sucks
a
'cause I was
rabid dog?
dog. It's a legit canine. The only thing is
Okay.
they don't really exist anywhere else. They're not really. Okay, so I guess dingoes were wolves several thousand years ago at some point, like maybe some sort of. But they broke away, and they're so different now that, I mean, I don't usually when it's a different species when they cannot interbreed anymore. You know, so like if you got a female dingo and a male American wolf together, the chances of them producing fertile offspring, they might even produce something. They could produce something, but that offspring couldn't produce anything else probably. And there's also a good chance they might not be able to do that because dingoes are not like normal dogs. Very often,
What's
you see
with the
dingoes walking
plumbing
on
in
hind
Australia?
legs.
Because like I swear I hear more stories about snakes in people's toilets and shit. Like is that true? Like,
It is true. It depends on where you are though. Like that's not gonna happen in a place like Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Bathurst. A lot of these places that are modern and built up, that's not gonna happen. But if you go out to a place like, you know, what we would consider to be like buttfuck South Dakota, you know what I'm saying? Like those places, yeah, you could run it. A frog could slap you on your ass. That's not uncommon. Yeah, snakes could pop up in your toilet. Like that's not uncommon. That
frog
does
will lick your
happen.
butthole for you.
Yeah, it just matters like how rudimentary is your plumbing system. That's the question.
God damn. See, I don't know. And Australia's got them crazy venomous insects and shit. And you might see a little fly the size of a fucking pea, but it'll bite you and your arm goes numb.
Yeah, but I
Stay
think
in
a lot
America.
of people are stupid. A lot of people are stupid. I'll give you a perfect example. Like, okay, you go to a crocodile farm, and you're out in your boat and stuff. You're hanging out in the boat, and that's actually pretty safe as long as you're on your boat in the river full of crocodiles. You're probably gonna be okay. It's not like being on a boat. No, time out, time out. It's not like being on your boat in a river full of hippos. That is dumb. That's stupid. Now here's the thing: crocodiles don't really bother boats. They would bother you though. So I never understood these fucking Australian men with their 32 pack of beer with their feet in the water off the edge of the boat. That is some stupid shit. And every year, a couple dumbass motherfuckers do
Because
get
they
yanked
want to
over.
see if it happens. If
They
they want
wanna
to see if it happens, man.
they wanna
And
see
those
if that means
motherfuckers are the
reason.
ones who deserve to go.
Bro, though we want to
If
see
you're
if
that
means
fucking
greasy,
stupid-
that shit is stupid as shit, dude. Like,
Yo,
that happens.
in Florida, a couple months back,
I never heard about this.
we were watching the news, and they showed a video clip. A surveillance camera
Hey,
caught.
come down
caught
on your
video.
mic gain and team talk.
They showed
I think it might have adjusted you.
video of They showed video of an alligator climbing a cyclone fence. It went up and over a 6-foot cyclone fence.
What?
Straight up climbed the fucking
Now
fence.
that
dude.
I did not see. Holy shit!
I
Are
was
you
like,
kidding
what
me?
the fuck? If alligators start climbing fences and shit, like, game
It's
over.
that link, bro.
Game
Game is
over.
over, dude. But game's been over, bro. Any motherfucking alligators getting a? How do you think they got in your swimming pool, bro? You have an 8-foot privacy fence around your backyard, and these motherfuckers climb over the fence and plop their asses in your pool. How do you think that shit happens? Nah, bro, shit's been over. Alligators. Look, if you live in Florida, bro, that is the first state that will be depopulated. I promise you. Alligators are gonna come and fucking grab your ass and drag you under shit.
Yo,
You better be.
that's
fucking
how I'd be like,
careful.
yo, how? See, I want to know how niggas be finding alligators in Florida. How they find them in their fucking bathtubs.
Man, it's
Or in their
not
bathrooms.
hard based on what
How
we
is
just
this
heard,
happening?
nigga. Yo, people wonder why niggas are armed for bear in Florida. Nigga, you better have a gun in Florida. You better have a couple guns. And know how to use a knife? Shit. No. You had the audio queued up, though? I'm sorry, Adam.
Yeah, let's get into this audio and see. So this is Hunter S. Thompson's drug routine. Shout out to Joe Rogan.
Yes!
This is a clip
That goes out
from
to Joe Rogan.
Joe
And
Rogan's
Romy.
podcast.
Hell yeah.
Oops.
My man,
All right, here's his daily routine. 3 p.m., Rise. 3:05, Chivas Regal with morning papers. Smokes Dunhills. 3:45, cocaine. 3:50, another glass of Chivas, another Dunhill. 4:05 p.m., by the way, first cup of coffee and a Dunhill. 4:15, cocaine. 4:16, orange juice and another Dunhill. 4:30, cocaine. 4:54, cocaine. 5:05, cocaine. 5:11, coffee, Dunhills. 5:30, get more ice in the Chivas. Cocaine at 5:45. 6 o'clock, smoking grass, take the edge off the day. 7 p.m.
Good day, 3 hours into it.
3 hours in, lit. 7:05, for lunch. Heineken, 2 margaritas, coleslaw, a taco salad, double order of fried onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, a bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, cocaine. And for the rest of the ride home, a snow cone, a glass of shredded ice, which is poured over 4 jiggers of Chivas. Okay, so the snow cone is Chivas, okay? 9 p.m., start snorting cocaine seriously, it says. 10 p.m., drops acid. 11 p.m., chartreuse, I don't know what that is, cocaine and grass. 11:30, cocaine, etc., etc. 12, midnight, Hunter S. Thompson is ready to write. That's when he sits down to write. 12:05 to 6 a.m. he writes. Chartreuse, cocaine, grass, Chivas, coffee, Heineken, clove cigarettes, grapefruit, Dunhills, orange juice, gin, continuous pornographic movies. 6 a.m. in the hot tub with champagne, Dove bars, fettuccine Alfredo. 8 a.m. Halcyon, just sleeping pill. 8:20, sleep.
God damn.
I told you.
He beats his dick for 2 hours in the morning time.
damn.
You think he's snorting coke off his own dick? Like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
probably.
And hold
Dog,
on,
he's
can we talk
pissing
about what
Coke.
his meal is? A fucking
Dude,
coleslaw,
get this?
taco salad,
He's-
bean fritter, ice cream. Fucking
wakes up
he's snorting
wakes up at 3:05 cocaine, 5 o'clock cocaine, 6 o'clock cocaine and grass to take the edge off the day. 9 o'clock does cocaine seriously. 10 o'clock drops acid. What the fuck? Are you serious?
No, when this nigga said some like type of fucking sweet and then fettuccine in the pool, I'm like, oh my god, this is
Dove bars
great.
and fettuccine in the hot
Dove
tub,
bars,
bro.
nigga.
What?
I mean, that's the lifestyle, right?
man.
Like that's.
That's
I
how
think
you
they
live.
say that about a lot of those old school authors, though. They did a lot of drugs because they were just writing all the time. They wrote about
Well,
crazy
that's
shit.
the
If I
thing.
remember right, Hunter S. Thompson he wrote some crazy shit.
No, definitely. 100 times.
Well, see, I always say, people like Stephen King and like horror book writers, like they must
Stephen
be
King was a
like
downer
good thing
guy.
they were a writer and they were normal and they put it down on paper and they made money of it. They could have been going out and killing niggas this way on some psycho shit.
To be
The
real,
fact
bro,
that they were thinking this shit.
Stephen King was and this could all be a myth, but a lot of myths have truth to them. So like apparently, I don't remember which book it was that he wrote during this. I think it might have been the Dark Tower series. I can't remember, but whatever it was, he apparently got stuck up in Maine, and Maine has crazy ass winters. Apparently, Stephen King got stuck in Maine in a log cabin with something like 9 liters of cough syrup. So like
What?
that right there could explain a lot.
It all makes
9
sense,
liters
man.
of
I always
crates
knew
of
there had to
cough
be
syrup,
something
bro.
driving these ideas, man, and it had to be something wild.
Something good. Hunter S. Thompson's routine is some shit that if I had the money, I might want to get acquainted with. I mean, holy Jesus. Cocaine,
I wouldn't be against
grass, Heineken, Dunhills, etc. Dude, are you serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't say no.
Oh,
I love a good Heineken, though.
Me
Good-
too.
Good for him for
you ever had
drinking
Heineken out of a
nice, cool
keg?
Heineken. What's a Dunhill?
Get that
I don't know
fucking
what
foam
Dunhill
at the
is.
top.
the cigarettes?
Oh, is that a cigarette? Okay. Gotcha. So that dude is smoking definitely a few packs a day then.
Did you?
And what is Chivas? I'm guessing some
Chivas is
sort
whiskey.
of liqueur. Whiskey?
It's
Okay.
whiskey. Yeah. Real smooth whiskey, yeah. A snowball, which is shredded ice over 4 jiggers of Chivas. Oh my God.
That sounds delicious.
He's off the
That
chain,
does sound fucking
bro.
amazing.
That sounds delicious.
Dude, I
Like
wanna-
good
I wanna
whiskey
go
on
fuck
some
with
shaved
Hunter S.
ice.
Thompson.
I would totally drink
wanna
that
go
shit,
fuck
eat
with
that, whatever you want to call it. This just came
Hunter
across
S.
my
Thompson,
Twitter
shout
feed
out to
though.
him.
Woman cuts her boyfriend's dick off with garden shears after he shows his homies their sex tape. Yikes!
Jesus, bitch.
That makes my ball sack hurt just thinking about it.
Dude,
When I say
not
dick
even
cut off with
but
garden
wait,
shears.
time out. Not even cheating. Like he didn't cheat.
He didn't
He
do a
just showed how
fucking.
good he was pounding it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yo, bro, look,
I'm
13
like
years in
lost
prison
for
for it.
words, bro.
I'm done.
This is why I'm
She got 13
saying,
years in
man.
prison. Good. Did he get his dick back? Did they sew it back on?
let's see.
I bet it
So
doesn't.
this was
say.
in.
A sewed dick back on, though. A sewed dick back on, it doesn't work the same way, obviously, right? Like, you can't get hard.
I don't know.
anymore. Nothing
I
is
don't-
attached.
No, that's not true. Yeah, you can get hard again. No, that's not true. I've heard of a few.
They can reattach it?
This was in
They can
Argentina.
reattach it. Yeah, they can reattach it and they can work. Now, it being in Argentina, it makes me wonder if they actually did.
Oh, yeah, facts, yeah.
In Argentina, I don't know, but I know in the United States, a few women went crazy. Like this one chick threw her buddy's dick down the garbage disposal and ran out the house. This dude's fucking bleeding on the bed. And 911, the cops, the medic was like, the saving grace is that she did not turn that garbage disposal on. We can reattach this and fix you up, but
And for anybody that is watching and can see these, hit up at CP Pod 100. There are pics. I just retweeted the link. There are pics of the dude's dick cut off.
Jesus.
Click the link at your own.
Put it in a bag
Discretion.
and put a stamp on it.
But yeah, I mean, so I want to hold on. She got 13 years for this. They're saying attempted murder. I don't know that cutting your dude's dick off is attempted murder, assault.
Yeah, it is.
Again, this is in Argentina. You know what I don't get about some of this shit? Okay, what if a dude took a chick and sewed her vagina up on some crazy weird shit? Do you think he's getting 13 years in prison? Or do you think he's getting some more
he's
fucked
probably
up?
Getting more. He's probably getting,
He's getting
something
like
That nigga is
25,
getting
right?
25 to life.
But this is my opinion though. It's worse to cut a guy's dick off. If you cut a guy's dick off, you should be getting life. If you saw a woman's vagina shut, 13 years is a reasonable thing. And here's why I say that. If you cut a guy's dick off, you're cutting into a major like blood source. So depending on how you cut his dick, especially, and I really don't want to be giving women the idea, but if you cut a guy's dick off the right way, he will bleed out. Like it's not a question. Like you will bleed out. Now, if you just start cutting at the head, then no, you just cut a piece of a guy's dick off. But if you cut the whole fucking kit and caboodle off, yeah, the guy's
Isn't
gonna
that
bleed
what,
out.
like, I mean, of course, infamous Lorena Bobbitt, right? And isn't that what she was known for cutting the whole dick off, or did she just cut some of it off?
She cut a chunk of it off.
She cut a chunk
And for
of
him,
it off, yeah.
for John Wayne Bobbitt, it led to a career in in porn. He made a
remember
millions
they
off
reattached
porn.
it, but he's a prime example where I said they can definitely reattach your penis as long as.
So this says she sheared off 90% of his penis and a testicle. So she had that bitch at an angle and just said,
Good.
yeah.
Yo,
Was
he tied up? Was he asleep?
Fellas.
He was asleep, yeah.
Be careful who you
seduced
sleep
him.
with.
She
Be
seduced him
careful
by-
who you sleep with. That's all I have.
Yo, and this
That's
told
really
him that she was
honestly
going to
all.
not
Give
want to
him
live
a-
with a bitch.
She told him that she was going to perform oral on him, and she wanted to make it a fantasy, so she blindfolded him. She wanted to tie him up.
Oh,
but he
hell
said
no.
Hell, fuck that!
Why he
Fuck
was-
no,
he
bitch!
was
No, you're dead.
blindfolded.
You're dead.
No,
You're dead
bro,
now.
No,
You're
finished,
dead.
bro. No, listen. This podcast is gonna make me not want to ever live with a bitch again, ever. There's been too much.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Too much. No. Too fucking much.
These are the stories that are gonna definitely make me live alone, and I'm just gonna be like, bitch,
Right.
you're never gonna get a key.
I'm sorry. You're never gonna get a key.
I'll let you in
None of
whenever
that
I
shit.
want to let you in. Okay?
And there will
this
always be
idea
a
that
knife
we're going to
here.
be sleeping together is fucking crazy. Like, that's the worst thing too, because it scares us the most, because sleeping is like where we're at our most vulnerable.
Most vulnerable. Yep.
And it's like, it's so scary to think that anybody, like, if I sleep next to you, somebody made this point to me that if you, the person that you choose to be with and sleep next to, there's a lot of fucking trust there.
Now, too much trust.
Because too much trust. That shit is fucking insane.
Bro, like, and the thing is,
But
like,
that's
there's
a good
lot
question, though.
There's a lot of Don Ricos out here, bro. There's a lot of Rico Suave niggas, like, that really get a lot of pussy, bro. Like, and
Well,
you don't
again,
even
so
have
this
to-
was in
Hey, time out, but you
Argentina,
don't-
and he's apparently a musician artist in Argentina. He's fairly known in Argentina.
Still now? Not anymore.
Holy
When did this happen?
Probably not
No,
now.
Hang on, but let me say this. Let me get this out there, right? There's a lot of Rico Suave motherfuckers who fuck a lot of women openly, right? And it doesn't matter if you're open about it. Like, women, if they feel spurned, they will do what they feel is necessary to get back at you. So, like, it's get to the point, you can't sleep. Don't go to sleep next to a woman, bro. Make sure that she's out of the house, that door is closed.
No.
And you got the skeleton lock on that.
Keep her out of the house.
Keep her out
There's
the
a
crib,
reason
bro.
why in religion they want you to put women out during their period, which they don't listen to. I find that very funny. But all right, just making a point. No big deal.
You love Jesus,
But
but
hey,
you don't
you
stay
know-
out the fucking house when you're bleeding, ho.
Yeah, you love Jesus.
I mean, goddamn. God damn.
Listen, but I'm saying, Treat her like those 7 days that she has her period. Well, and if you're a millennial, probably like 3 days. Like hoes don't
3
their
days,
periods
yeah,
don't last
yeah.
long. I could fuck.
I remember, because back in my day, hoes was bleeding for 8 days. You know?
Hoes who bleed. Yeah, I was like, damn, I gotta wait a week.
A week?
Now I was like, oh, I was like, no, baby, it's only 4 days. Don't worry. Whoa, let's go.
I was like, really? Shit, I can deal with that. Let me look at ass while I'm doing it, you know. Shit. 4 days, I wish I would.
No, I'll run red lights. I'll fuck her. I will definitely not eat it on, but I'll eat that ass.
Yeah, I'll stick it to a bitch as long as she allows it. I mean, if you're gonna allow me to put my dick in your bloody
1000%.
pussy, shit, we will make pink.
And if
together.
you're against it, you're a prude. You're a gross prude.
There's a lot of people.
Fuck off. A little towel
against
won't fucking
getting your
kill
Red
you.
Wings?
No,
Huh?
yeah, running red lights.
Running red lights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're against that?
fucking a bitch on her period.
No, I'm
no.
totally for it. Totally for
No,
it.
I thought
I'm
you were
for
talking
it.
about eating the box on the period, though.
Oh no, we're both.
Yeah,
against
yeah.
that.
I'm not gonna eat the box on the period.
That's
no.
not gonna happen.
Okay, yeah.
That's
I
not
was gonna
happening.
say, y'all take it too far sometimes.
No,
Jesus.
No, that's not happening, bro.
No,
That's
I'm
not
good on
happening.
this. No,
That's not happening.
I will say this, then you'll probably think this is too far.
Oh my
For some
God,
money,
here we
for
go.
some money, I'll do it. I'll do it for some money. I love it. For a little bit of money, I'll do it. Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah.
saying
There was some money involved. There was
Put
some
some
money
green
involved.
in my box. I'll put my tongue in your box. Okay.
Yeah,
Bloody
you put
box.
some green in my hand, I'll put my tongue in your red.
Yikes. Not at all. Not at all.
I'll get down there and do some shit. You know, a couple $100, bitch. I'll lap. You know. But see, I'm gonna have to have some equipment. I'm gonna have to have that herpes mouth guard
No.
and a nose clip and a few other
My
things.
nigga, we're looking like a pure pussy scuba diver. All right. We got the full gear on, nigga. It's
I'm
crazy.
telling you.
That's nasty.
That's not.
Yeah, come on.
Yo, money talks, bullshit walks, nigga. You can slap that shit the other way. You push $600 my way, G, I make your lips open.
No, that's facts. I'm desperate for a little bit of cash, bitch. So if you want your pussy eaten on your period, I'm not gonna say no.
Rent
I'm
money,
not
ho.
gonna say no.
So
All
what?
right,
You
listen,
may
I
have
need
just
a
said
place
that.
to
I may
live,
have
bitch.
missed it because I was reading something. But what is the number? You got.
I don't really know. It depends on how pretty a girl
period.
is. Well, who's the girl? Who's the
She's
girl?
got.
Who's the girl?
It depends. So
Yeah, not all girls are equal.
the price
Not all
is
Okay,
girls are
different.
fine.
equal.
Let's just say it's your lady. I mean, you got a lady. Let's say.
Oh,
it's
if
your
it's
lady.
my lady,
If it's mine,
Peak period. You're 2-3 days in. Peak period.
500,
That's the number.
600.
750. That's rent right there. Rent.
Okay, 750s.
So
Okay,
just some rent money.
Yep.
yeah, some rent money. That's I think
Y'all
that's
some
pretty.
cheap ass hoes. Y'all.
No, but I'm gonna tell you if it's a
But it's
random
my lady,
bitch,
though.
if she's
It's my
offer,
lady.
but yeah, exactly, it's my lady.
You said it's my girl, so.
I need.
But
5
if it's some
Gs.
random
Give me
ass
5
bitch I'm
Gs.
fucking,
Black box.
5 G's, Adam.
Yo, look.
You know that's not realistic, buddy, right?
That's wild as hell, bro. You dumb as shit. Yo, but I'll say, between 1,500 20. How good is the girl look? If it's a random bitch, bro.
But that's the thing. If it's a random bitch,
It's a
I'm
bad- what if
I'm
it's
really
a
taking
badass
chances
girl?
here, yo. I'm taking
But
the
if it-
money
yo,
for the fact that I'm taking
I will say-
chances against my. I'm risking my
we're
life.
We're talking model. We're talking model class women, like a beautiful woman. 1,500, 2,000.
5 Gs. Period.
Yeah, you wild.
That's the base salary.
You ain't never getting
Base
money, and that means you ain't
Now,
never
I
eating some
will
pussy.
say- I will say this
on
though. I will
on
say this.
period.
If the bitch is ugly, if the bitch is butt ugly, yeah,
25
5 Gs,
Gs.
6 Gs, 10 Gs, 15.
Yeah, boy.
It will go up. It will start to go up. That nigga just jumped to 25. Adam is wild as hell, bro.
Is a pricey ass mouth right here.
Here's how
This is
how
the
Adam
Louis Vuitton
avoids it. He
mouth.
dates an older woman who's gone through menopause,
Yeah. This
Oh.
is
and he doesn't have to worry
shit.
about a period.
Yeah, you dating.
it's a beautiful thing, fellas.
You dating prune bitch. Shit. I get you.
About it. It's a juicy ass peach, but No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just too much, man. Too much. Can't do it. You gotta pay me. Pay me.
5 G's, he said, man.
5G.
F you, pay me.
My lady, I'll eat your box for six. I'll eat your bloody box for 600.
I ate your bloody box.
Bloody box for 600, Alex.
Hell nah, G, that shit is
There was
wild.
an article that I talked about last like a year ago when I was doing another show. And I think this was over in India that kids were taking used tampons and boiling them and drinking the juice because they claimed that they got high off it.
Jesus fucking
It was
They got
hallucinating.
high?
Yeah, they claimed it was like an acid type trip, like a mushroom trip. They would take used bloody tampons and boil them and
From
then
their
drink the water.
moms or just where? Where?
I don't remember exactly where. I don't remember. It may have been their own.
What?
I just don't remember exactly. This was about a year ago. I was reading this article.
The scientist and the druggie in me has to know what is the psychoactive ingredient that is doing this.
I don't remember exactly. This was over
This is
a
an
year
old
ago.
story, but that's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, just
fucked
we were
up.
talking about it.
I mean, I might try it if it actually
This
works.
fucking guy. This is what he said. Like, if I really got high off it,
I mean, if it really worked, I'm
I
shit.
could use
I'm
a
not
little
above
extra iron in my life.
it. You fucking right. I'm not above it.
Nah, I'll pass. Thanks, but no thanks.
He said I'll pass. Nah, I get you.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
I'm good.
I'm one of these people, bro. Like, if it's there, like if it works, but I feel like that doesn't work. I feel like groups of people can convince each other of all types of shit. That's pretty much.
All right, let's do the typical locker room talk. Let's do the typical locker room talk. What's the number to suck a dick?
the number.
Oh, it got real quiet. It just got real quiet.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, you can hear a pin. A couple gay babies were born.
There's no number, bro. There's none. That does
He
not
said
exist.
no number.
There's no fucking number. I hate men, honestly. The fact that I hang out with you two guys is a miracle. Like that's evidence of a miracle.
It's because
You
it
just
doesn't
gotta
happen
go
as
down and up, and that's it. Just down and up.
I fuck with women, legit, and not even trans women. I legit women.
There's no amount of money to make you go down and
No.
up on the dick one
No.
time.
No. Fuck you. No. Die.
I mean, there's got to be a number out there, some
Nope.
kind, right?
No. But you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. It's
Would you kiss the dick? Kiss the head of the dick?
no. I'm not going near it.
I don't think he
I'm
wants to
not.
go anywhere near
No, bro. It's not happening.
between a man's legs.
No, G.
Like, there's
I
no
don't even
reason
want-
why he should be that low,
No,
ever
bro,
near a
there's-
man.
I shouldn't even be bending over to pick something up near a guy. Fuck it. Fuck that.
What if you offered 10 mil after taxes? 10 mil in your bank account after taxes.
I will befriend the guy, find out where that money is, and steal it from him before I ever did anything like that. No.
10 mil after taxes. All you got to do is go down and up one time.
No.
I'm doing it for 10 mil. Fuck that.
I'm
I'm
not.
doing it for 10 mil.
I'm
10
not.
mil, I'm good.
I'm good, bro.
I'll just
Like, I
buy.
know.
I'll buy Listerine after that. I'll buy the Listerine company. Fuck that.
Nah,
I'm
bro.
good.
No.
Call me gay.
No.
10 mil, I'm going
That's
down.
all- it's not
up
even
and down
about
one
calling
time.
me gay. It's about living with myself, bro. No. Like, no. Fuck that, dude. Like, it's some. And here's the thing.
Lifestyle
I'm
of
open
In the
living
sense
for-
of
with
what?
10
That you
mil?
wouldn't want to, that fact that you had that money because you did something that you're not, that you normally wouldn't otherwise do?
Say that again.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
I'm asking Brando, like, is it you wouldn't be able to live with yourself because the money, having the money comes from something
you
that
got
you
it?
truly wouldn't have done
Wouldn't have done yes.
otherwise.
Exactly right. That's exact. You've pinpointed
Okay.
it almost pretty much exactly. Yeah.
There's a comedian that
there's-
I enjoy that does
there's
a
some
joke
other stuff.
about it, about sucking dick and guys like that, like the typical locker room talk. And guys being like, "Oh, would you suck dick for $1 million?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd suck dick for $1 million. I mean, the hardest part about it is answering the questions afterwards. This is a nice house here. How'd you get it? Oh, I'm sucking dick now. But, but it's just like, that part sucks. But, I mean,
Dude,
fuck it.
I mean, like, can you imagine? Like,
You can make up a story. It doesn't matter. You don't have to tell them the truth.
Exactly,
Why do,
exactly.
Like, at that point, you have money. You have
But like
enough
I
money
said,
to
dude,
just
it's
lie to
not-
everybody.
It's not even that, bro. It's not, again, because you can't lie to yourself, bro.
It's internal.
Suck-
It's internal. I get you. It's internal.
Suck dick to get, no, dude, what are you, have you lost your shit? No.
I suck
no,
dick
not-
for $10 million. The lifestyle that I'm
sorry.
living with $10 million, I'm good.
I don't give a fuck.
will live with it.
I will freeload off of your dick sucking ass. I'm sorry. No. What the fuck? You got me bent. You have got me bent.
I mean, if that's what it's got to be, then that's what it's got to be. I take care of my people.
Yo.
Take care of
I
my
am
people.
So sorry. I am so sorry.
Hey, man. It takes a lot to take care of your friends, huh?
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Look, Felicia's baby boy is not doing none of that shit.
Yeah. My mommy would be very disappointed. No, she wouldn't be disappointed in me. She would just be like, whatever you want to do,
No,
man.
actually, no, she wouldn't be.
Do what you got to do.
Nah, she
do what
wouldn't
you
be.
got to
Do
do.
whatever you want to do, man.
Make that money.
Mama needs a new roles. Do what
Mama
you got to do.
Dude, it's fuck.
I'm looking for that
man.
upstate. I'm looking for that upstate pad. Appreciate you, son.
Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? So, like, and that's the thing I always, like, I do it, and I try to do this from a distance, because as soon as you get too close to gay people, weird shit starts happening. Like, I've noticed, like, you got
What do you mean?
Having a gay friend is one thing. But as soon as you, like, you hang around a group of gay, weird shit like, oh, Brando's gay, it's all good. He can go, you go ask him for something. Or, it's, wait, what? What the fuck? It's like, it's almost like hanging out with gay people too often makes you gay by association and shit. And I know that's some bullshit. I know that's just shit people do and say. It's like, it's one of those, almost a stereotype, cliche sort of things. But,
why not have a freestyle about fucking the dude in the ass? Why not? I mean, it's
Jesus Christ.
now, we've got Adam sucking dick. We've got Adam literally sucking my dick at this point. But no. Like that's exactly that. I don't disagree with anything that's said there. Why would you? If Tyler wants to do that, why wouldn't he do it? Now, Adam,
I didn't hear you say anything about Tyler.
Time out.
I didn't hear you say anything.
Adam wants to suck dick for money, right? We've got Adam sucking dick for money here. Admittedly, Adam's gonna suck some dick for money, and you're gonna play that gag. Oh, that's great. Now that was almost Opie in your timing, though. That was almost Opie in your timing. that was Opie in your timing. That was excellent. That was excellent. That was excellent.
That was good.
That was sweet.
That was good stuff.
I think we wrap it up on that.
What a way to fucking end it. Hey, I love it.
Hey,
Follow
wait,
us on all social
time out. Hang on. There's one other question I want to ask. The Marilyn Manson question. Would you ever like, if you could, would you ever suck your own dick?
Yes.
Now that I will say yes
it's
to
my
happily.
dick. Why?
Dude,
It's my dick.
Look, and this is something I tell people, they get grossed out all the time. Look, when I jerk off, and there's no chick there to do it, I drink my own cum. I'll lick my cum right off my fingers.
Okay.
See, I don't.
Okay,
I hate. I can't stand my cum.
I just wanted to. I love it. It tastes great. That shit is wonderful. It is exceptional. That shit is sweet, delicious, and
All right, so
we were just trying to.
So you're
end
totally
it right
okay
there.
with
Why did
snowballing?
No, you because you wanted to end it on some retarded note. I wanted to end it on
Are
a
you okay
truthful
with
note.
snowballing?
Oh my God, no.
So kissing,
Just coming in her, just coming in her mouth,
and kissing her after.
fucking
Yep, I love doing that.
kissing her
That's one of my
afterward?
favorite. That's one of my favorite things to do.
with cum in her mouth though. With cum in her mouth.
Yeah, with my cum in her mouth. Yes.
and then you kiss her, and she transfers it to you. That's
Yeah,
a
I don't have a
store
problem. Yeah, I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
that. That's all good. I'm all good with that.
Yikes.
That's cool. That's great. I love it. That's wonderful.
And that is
So
Brando, everybody.
actually, a comedian that I like, Andrew Schultz, he has a joke about that. He was like, or he said the reason why, if we could suck our own dicks, we would never ask a woman to do it again.
Of course.
And that's real shit because we don't ask them to do hand jobs. We don't want hand jobs.
Ask.
I don't know about that, but I will say this: that it's a funny joke.
Look,
and
they're
has a
gonna
lot of
do it
truth
better
to
than I'm gonna
has
do
truth to
it.
No, definitely. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna be crying while I'm doing it.
I can kind of suck my dick now. Like I'm that flexible that I can kind of do it.
Jesus
but it doesn't.
Christ,
It's. I can only probably get like the head in.
10-inch
Probably
black
touch the
cock.
tip. Yeah.
No, it's not the size of it. It's my flexibility. I can put my legs behind my head. It's not even the size of my dick. But it doesn't go all the way in. I can't get the whole thing in there. It's not like, So a female would need to do it anyway.
Time out. Hold on. You're giving a lot of details here right now. How many times have you done this?
Throughout my life or like in the last year? What do you mean?
Oh my God, he's got to think about it. Okay, how much are you sucking your dick, dude? How often are you sucking your dick, dude?
Well, honestly, if I had to guess, I'd say probably 6 or 7 times in my lifetime, honestly.
This fucking guy.
Maybe top 10,
Good for
10?
you.
Tops 10.
I don't. I guess I'll clap for him, but I don't.
You, dude. Good for you.
You said locker room talk, so I'm just trying to give the people what they want.
I just feel like
Jesus.
this. I need to know of the motherfuckers that actually can do this shit for real, who have like sucked themselves off.
The guy. Look, you.
But honestly, would it feel as good? Like, you know how like a massage on yourself?
It's a masturbation. It's not gonna feel as good. It's just oral masturbation, really. Here's the thing, though. If you get 2 ribs removed, you can do it that much easier, and that's the idea. Like, if you get 2 ribs removed, you can go ahead and.
Have you blown a load in your own mouth?
No, I haven't done that. No,
You're not
it doesn't
that
go
good
in
then,
that
huh?
well. I'm not that good. No.
Would you ever nut on your own face?
Put it in my. Not really. I don't think. See, nutting on coming in a girl's face doesn't appear. If I came in a girl's face, it's only by incident. It's not because I was trying to.
He said it's by accident. He said, "Oops."
Yeah. No. Like,
whoops, wrong aim.
I really intend to put it in her mouth or inside of her. Like I'm not trying to.
It happens.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
So you're really not into coming in girls' faces?
I mean,
I love you. I know YouTube is loving this conversation, by the way.
Not intentionally, right? Like, dude, our subscribers are gonna shoot through the roof for this shit, but not intentionally. Like, I don't want to.
This shit just got demonetized, age gated, all of these.
Facts. We are never making $8 off of a YouTube. Are you kidding?
That's all right.
Dude, we're
That's
done.
all right.
Fuck it. We're making our own shit. It doesn't matter.
Now, we can close
Comfortablypoor.com, bitch.
on that note, comfortably poor niggas. Check it out.
No, I don't want to.
We got
This
some
just
blogs
got
up there.
very
Check it out.
interesting.
He said, "Oh yeah, we don't want to end the stream now." Shit. What is this doing in that
I'm kidding. Let's go. Let's head out of here.
244-9900. Drop voicemails. Hit us up. We'll be at it again next Thursday, right, fellas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Every Thursday, the
I'm gonna be
YouTube
right here.
live show, man. I'm fucking here. I love it.
2 p.m.
fucked up.
Pacific, 2 p.m.-ish Pacific, 5 p.m.-ish Eastern. Fuck with us. Podcast. We're going to be
Yes,
dropping new
please do.
podcasts next week. So be ready for more podcasts, more content, blogs on the comfortablypoor.com page. Check it out. Share. Please share this. Do all that. Like, subscribe, yada, yada.
Very good. Take it easy, fellas. Take it easy,
Peace out.
everybody.
No doubt.